What's good? What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. Welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesdays, episode 116. Listen, man, you could have been anywhere tonight. You could have been doing anything. And with so many distractions going on in the world, I know you could have put your attention anywhere else. So tonight, I want to just applaud you. I want to tell you how proud I am of you, but most importantly, how thankful that myself and my team are for you for making us a part of your lives on a Tuesday. Tonight, we want to navigate a few different spaces. We want to get into the crevice of some things that's been hiding. I feel like there's some things that have truly been holding us back, and I want to put them at the forefront. I understand that there is a lot of propaganda going around right now. We have been flooded with the election, right? This happens to us every 4 years, right? We've been flooded with so many commercials and so many ads, so many different perspectives, so many points of views, and it can be overwhelming. It can be confusing. It can make us panic. It can make us distraught, right? But I want us to take a moment and decompartmentalize. Right? I want us to put the focus on God and money, not politics. I want to take us somewhere for a second. I remember going through the pandemic, Jose, and truly not knowing what was next. I remember never experiencing like that type of fear. Almost to the point where the fear paralyzed me. I didn't know whether I could shake hands or hug people that I really loved. I remember going through the airport and my daughter putting her hand on like the escalator, and I slapped her hand, like, get your hand off there. And I heard me, went in my pocket and got a wipe and wiped her hand. And she didn't even understand, like she understood it was COVID, but I never like hit my daughter. So for me to pop her hand, she was like, Dad, I was like, yo, don't put your hand right there. Like, keep your hand on mine. The fear of the information that had bombarded me put me in a prison. I didn't even understand, like I couldn't love on my people the same way. I couldn't make right decisions the same way. I couldn't accurately like navigate through life the way I had become accustomed to because of a seed of fear had been planted in me. A seed of fear had been planted in me. Now, I'm about to say something here, and it's not so much as geared toward anybody specifically, but I remember when they introduced the vaccine or the shot, right? And I remember them saying like, yo, you got to get this shot. And I remember like saying, bro, I don't trust these people enough to let them put a shot in me. Now, I'm not saying you right or wrong for getting the shot. I'm just saying, like, for me, I was like, do I trust these people enough for them to put a shot in me? And so I remember like backtracking, like how long, this was truly a thing for me. I remember backtracking how long it takes to construct, test, implement, and bring a vaccine to market. And one of the things I thought about was the AIDS virus. I was like, yo, this thing came out in around late 70s, early 80s, became potent, and then we didn't get like the right type of drug treatment for that till like 2017. 2018. What we're gonna say that for the everyday person, right? For the everyday person. And I was like, okay, this COVID thing is in our face. Do I trust that they are doing the right thing for us? And I said, okay, who is affected more than anyone else? And I said, the poor and the middle class. Okay. And not judging anyone else, and I had to make a decision. Will I let my fear, watch this, Jose, will I let the fear that has been implemented in me through the media override the data? Right? Now, this is not me judging anybody, because everybody has to make the right decision for them and their family. But as for me and my house, do I let the fear of this thing override the data that has already been laid out? So I made an executive decision to turn my fear into freedom. The freedom to make the right decision for me and mine in the moment. And the only way that you truly know that you've made the right decision is by living with it and then seeing, hindsight, what was the residue of the decision made. All right, we going somewhere with this, Jose. We going somewhere with this. We going somewhere with this, right? You don't know if you made the right decision in the moment. You never know. Even if in the moment things appear to be well, you can only interpret decision as being a right decision when you look back at it and see what has followed the decision. Right? We'll call that the tidal waves of a decision. Right? But you can also, Jose, get caught up in the vortex of the fear. So in case you don't know what a vortex is, right? So if you ever saw a whirlpool, right? You ever seen a whirlpool? What happens is the forces that draw you into the whirlpool is the vortex, right? And the vortex can be so powerful. Like, okay, Jose, watch this. I remember, I'm going to go somewhere with this. Ooh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Like, I remember when I was in New Orleans, some of my people from New Orleans might remember this, right? So one of the things in New Orleans people do, like when you grow up around like lakes and you have like little canals, so a lot of the canals and the lakes and the streams all flow to the Mississippi River, right? They all flow there. So sometimes as a kid, you'll get a little adventurous. And so you and your homies jump in the lake, jump in the little river, jump in the, right? Because y'all want to swim. Like as a kid, you want to swim all the time. And my grandmother used to tell me, Leon, do not jump in that river. I'm like, why I can't jump in that river? Like, she's like, if you jump in that river, I'm going to whoop you behind. Right? So one of the things that I feared most was a butt whipping, an unnecessary butt whipping from my grandmother. Like, because I had enough of them on my own. Right? I had enough of them that, like, I future planned that, like, school, church, you know, I was a little kleptomaniac when I was little. So those were I already had them in store for me. Right? My account was already full from them. So the unnecessary butt whippings, I ain't need them. So once she implemented that, and that wasn't a fear, that was that 100% you know what this feel like. And so I said, okay, I'm not gonna jump in that with them. I'm okay with not jumping. And so I made this decision in my mind where I said, well, that water dirty anyway. Right? This water dirty, it's brown water. I ain't got to jump in there anyway. And then one day, we saw on the news where a kid got sucked in by the current and they didn't find him for a week later. And then it became an occurrence because I didn't know that was a real thing. So what happens is, we used to go look by the river and be like, yo, what sucked in the person? And then we realized that they had suck holes in it. Right? And the river created these currents that the current thing gets you, but the vortex got you in. And it was sprout up out of nowhere. You couldn't see him. And all you knew was that you saw something and then it was gone. So I remember one day, me and my partner, bro, we skipping the rocks. We seeing who can skip the rocks the most, right? And so he took his shirt off one day, and I don't know why it threw it. I don't know why he did it. But this was the first time I saw one of the whirlpools come up. And I saw the shirt go slow and then just immediately speed up. And I watched it go and I was like, yo, where is it? It never came back up. It never came back up. The vortex pulled it to it. And then once the vortex of the current pulled it to it, the whirlpool then did its job. Watch this, Jose. Watch me here. The fear is what paralyzes you. But before the fear takes place, there's a vortex of decisions that happen that lead to the fear doing its job. So you get caught up by the vortex. You get caught up, watch this, the emotion of fear, the spirit of fear, the residue of fear, the anticipation of fear. So before the fear itself does its job, there are other leading indicators that gravitate you to it. So by the time the fear hits you, you're already done. Like I remember watching something on TV one day, and they said like a man fell out of a building, right? Like, a matter of fact, for 9/11, they said like people jumped out of a building. They said, but before they hit the ground, they was dead. And I'm like, I wonder why. Like, what happened? What happens is when you jump, you think you're doing the best thing for you because you don't want to. But there's things that lead up before you, I really jumped. I can't come back. They said something, they did a study on people that like commit suicide, that jump off bridges. They say the minute they jump, they regret it. Because one man lived. One man lived. And they said, yo, like, what happened? He said, man, listen, I'm so glad I survived. And they said, we are too. He said, no. The minute I jumped was the minute I realized I didn't want to die. There's a vortex of decisions that suck you in. And that's before the fear even gets to you. So tonight, what I want us to understand is I want us to turn the fear into freedom. Okay. How do we get there? How do we turn fear into freedom? But first, Jose, we got to understand that we have been shackled by fear. A lot of us have been, watch this, Jose, sculpted by fear. Finally exiting average reality. Right? So the fear has put us in these positions where we don't even understand what our optimal potential is. All right. So fear. Right? Like, When I think about fear, Jose, like I'm going to get a little biblical here. Moses brought them to the Red Sea. All the people understand is there's a fear in front of me and there's a fear behind me. Right? There's a fear in front of me and there's a fear behind me. Now they're being shaped by a decision. But the goal here is to have optimal faith. The goal here is to have optimal faith. The optimal faith says, I will not let the fear of what I see disrupt the faith in what I know is possible. And how do I know? How do I know that the faith of what I don't see is possible is because I was once held captive in a situation where all I saw was restraint. All I saw was lack. All I saw, right? But one day it was you free. And I didn't do anything to attain that freedom but have faith. Right? Like they didn't do anything necessary. Like it wasn't even their like prayer. Like God was like, hey, Moses, go get him. Go take care of him. Like I got you. So like you're standing at this pivotal position, Jose. We standing at this pivotal position where I don't even see me going forward, but I know what's chasing me. Right? A lot of us, Jose, what happens is we don't see forward. Like we want to be millionaires and we speak financial freedom. We speak wealth access, but what we speak, we don't see in our heart for real. You ever talk to somebody and say, hey, man, how you doing? They be like, oh, man, I'm good. That's just an automated response. Because we are conditioned not to really exude what it is we really feel. Because in essence, we don't think nobody want to hear our problems anyway. I asked my cousin the other day, I said, man, how you feel, cuz? She said, I'm good. I said, you sure? She said, yeah, and if I did have an issue, nobody want to hear it anyway. I said, hey, let me stop you right quick. I asked you how you doing because I want to know how you really doing. And I do want to hear what you got going on. That's why I asked you how you doing. She said, cuz I'm all right. I said, no. You wouldn't have said the problems I do have, nobody don't want to hear anyway, if you ain't feel that way. I said, I know you used to people just asking you how you doing, but don't want to hear. I said, but I got the capacity. And so we went into it, and she ended up crying on the phone. And I said, it's okay. It's okay. Right? I made room for this. Right? So you can ask somebody, how you doing? And they can be like, I'm good, I can't complain. When really, they want to. And here's the thing, Jose, it is okay. Just like men who don't think it's okay to cry. No, bro. Like, let that out. Because what happens is you make room. It's okay to make room. All right, let me get back. So hear me, Jose. We standing at this pivotal position. Let me paint the picture. Right? We have made an exodus, Jose. Right? We have made an exodus. We have all our belongings with us. And we know that something is chasing us. And while we are on foot, the only weapon that we have is our faith. Because he has unleashed 6,000 of his best chariots. right? Not the mediocre ones. Not the ones, just go get them in. Nah, he let his best, meaning the ones that's prime. They're in the best condition. They got the best wheels. They got the best horses. It's the best men. Okay, so there's nothing that we can physically do to combat this. At best, all we can do is surrender and hope and pray that he take us in this condition and be merciful that we had the audacity to leave. Right? Like we would have to hope that he is that God, because remember God said I've hardened his heart. Like God hardened his heart. Like, so that means God went out his way to make sure Pharaoh's heart was hard. That's a whole nother game right there, Jose. Like, how you go out your way to make sure that the man we trying to get free from, you make sure he double down on not letting us go, right? So we gotta now hope that God has softened his heart up a little bit, so if he take us back, when we go back to making the brick, he give us a little bit wheat with it. Like we could get some of the leeks and onions, at least half of the portion of what he was getting. Like we gotta hope. I won't paint the picture here, Jose. Like we gotta hope that if he capture us with his chariots, the best. So now he mad because he sent the best. Like your mom ever been, like you ever messed some clothes up and your mama like, yo, I put the best on you, you got that dirty. And you gotta hope that she got some compassion that she don't slap the piss out you because you done messed up the best. Like you don't just got the everyday clothes on. Like I let you put the best on. Like I just bought them shoes and you got a scuff on them. Come here. Right? You know people get mad when they put I done put my best out to get you. So to put my best out, that mean like I'm a really like chastise you. That's the word I want to use right there. Right? I won't chastise. Even though I let you go, you supposed to understand that you ain't supposed to go nowhere. You feel me? Like Moses let him go, but because I done fed you watch this, because I done fed you for generations. Like you need to be thankful that I allowed you to be a prisoner. That's audacity, right? So you gotta like walk with me, Jose. I just need you to walk with me, Jose. So when I come, so I done let my 6,000 best out to go get you, right? So we at this spot where it's the sea and a chariot. The best. I won't paint the picture on how the fear is. So the fear now is Moses, bro. What we gonna do? So now the fear makes them question the fear makes them question the vessel in which they're supposed to have the most faith in. All right. So what happens, Jose, when we question instead of having faith? Okay. What happens when we doubt instead of dream? Right? Like what happens? What happens, Jose, when we shiver instead of cheer? It says rejoice in times of turbulence. Right? Be satisfied. All right, so we in this space, Jose. And here's the one thing I know about fear. The longer you wait when nothing happens, the fear actually takes on a deeper rooted position in you. That's what I know about fear. What I understand the most about fear is the longer the thing that you want to happen isn't happening, you get more fearful. It now roots itself deeper in us. Because you are looking for a movement. You are looking for an answer. You are looking for a pivot. You are looking for a way out. You are looking for a release. So the longer it doesn't happen, you double down on the fear. So now what happens is the cortisol in your body starts to move around now. The cortisol is the thing that make you start like panicking and you start tripping and your mind start moving around and you start, watch this, Jose, you start putting things in place that ain't even there. So now you fearing Pharaoh, now you start thinking about what's going to happen when he catch you. The idea of you going across the Red Sea ain't even there. You don't even, watch this, you done now diminished faith. Your faith is diminishing. Oh my God. What happens when the faith starts diminishing and the fear starts dominating? Come on. Okay, Jose, I'm going to speak for myself for a second because I know ain't nobody who watching us, they ain't ever had diminishing faith. Everybody who watching, like they always had grandiose faith. So I'm going to speak for myself. I'm sitting in front 12 jurors. I'm sitting in front 12 jurors. There's a table with 10 pounds of weed on it. There's a table with a 223 on it. There's a table with a Glock with an extended clip and a beam on it. There's a table with $7,000 instead of $15,000 because they pocket a little bit. There's a table with 100 X pills on it. There's a table with a pint of lean on it. It's right in front of me. It's right in front of me. And I'm standing there as a man who has just come home from 10 years for a tip murder on robbery. I just got off probation. Parole, I'm sorry. I just got off parole. I only been home about 20-something months. I was on parole for 18, meaning I just now really walked into freedom. And the DA says, Mr. Howard, he picks the gun up. He said, this 223 right here, this AR-15. He picks it up, points it at the jury with no clip in it, and says, at 16, he shot a man with this. He's 30. He's surgical at this point. You see what's on this table? He's willing to do whatever necessary to make sure this right here is protected. He takes the 40. He picks it up, takes the clip out. He said, he's so dangerous, he had the audacity and the professionalism to extend the clip. Listen, like, he is so dangerous. So the way the beam was, it had the button on the inside of it. He said, listen, he's so dangerous. Bro, he put the beam on the juror's head. He said, he's so dangerous. He went to prison and got better. In my mind, my faith diminished. See, because I know nobody in the chat ain't never had diminishing faith. And I'd be lying to you if I was like, God gonna get me through it. In my mind, I say, God, just don't let him give me 50. God, I know they're gonna be mad because I done went to trial. All right, God, like I can do 15. Maybe I should have took the 15, God. Maybe I should have took the 25, God. Don't let him give me 50. I only been home about 21 months. My lawyer hit me. He said, pick your head up. Pick your head up. He whispered to me. Pick your head up. We don't do that. John T. Fuller. Pick your head up. We don't do that. Pick my head up. I took a deep breath. And I remember saying, all right, God, I trust you. But watch this, Jose. I only trusted him about 50%. But he said all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed. So it's okay if the faith diminishes a little bit. Just don't give up all the way on. Turn that fear into freedom. Trust me. Say, trust me. And he used my lawyer just as a nudge. Hey, what you doing? I got you. I remember we went to recess. And my lawyer said to me, I know you looking at what's on the table, but what you don't realize, and this would let me know it was a different game, he said, it don't matter what they see, they can't unheal what I'm about to say. And what I need you to do is, I need you to have confidence right now. Because while I'm talking, they're going to be looking at you. I don't need your head down. I don't need you worrying. I need you to look at me. And if you feel unconfident, I need you to write it on the paper. I need you to believe in me. I said, I got you. But watch this, Jose. My faith went to about 40%. It would diminish. Because I could not unsee the Red Sea in front of me. And I could not unsee the 10 years that I'd already did, and the 25 or the 50 that was chasing me with a guilty verdict. I couldn't unsee the chariots chasing me. But I also couldn't unsee the Red Sea in front of me. So my lawyer got up there and he said, listen, it ain't all about what you see, because what we've known is the police district and the DA, they understand how to paint pictures because they know that you don't know the law. He said, but I know different. You wouldn't be a juror if you ain't know the law. And he went to being so elaborate. And the thing that really got me, and I said, oh, we got a chance. He said, what if I told you that the New Orleans Police Department is already under federal investigation for planting drugs and guns on innocent people? He pulled up the clip. I said, oh, guess what happened, Jose? My faith increased a little bit. I say, you good. He said, now what if I told you that there's this law that's called the fruit of a poisonous tree? He said, what if I told you that if you kick somebody's door in, or if you enter somebody's house without a search warrant, that everything in that house is illegal? And then what happens if you stay in that house for 3 hours with no search warrant? How do we know that they did? I said, oh, he got a point there. And he just went on. And he went on. And he went on. And for an hour, I remember him stopping, taking a drink and saying, I'm a little parched. That's why I always say that now, because I will never forget that man saying that in the midst of fighting for my life. And so now what I see is, I I see the Red Sea open. And when it opens, Jose, I see a little freedom. And my fear is transformed. And then he going, and he going. And here's what I knew, we had a hell of a chance. He said, what if your son was Leon Howard? And he's fighting for his life to be better. And the only thing the police is doing in the city that's supposed to be protecting them is crucifying him and holding him for the things he did in the past. I remember looking in the jury. I remember I seen this lady share the tip. And I said, that's it. That's it. I blacked out. I remember the beginning of what he said, and I remember that part of what he said. And I remember saying this, God, if you get me out this one, my faith increased. And so what's supposed to happen on a journey is, like, I'm not the person who gonna tell you always, you gonna always have like this house. I'm Peter. I'm like, yeah, God, I see you, but when I walk on the water, I might fall. That's me sometimes. That was me on the journey. I believe. But sometimes it may wither a little bit, which is why Jesus told Peter, I ain't praying for you, I'm praying for your faith. I pray that your faith don't fail you. As a human vessel, you're gonna be all right. I'm praying that your faith don't fail you. So tonight, as we transition, because the Red Sea opened for me, we got a not guilty verdict out of that. We got a not guilty verdict. We got a not guilty verdict out of that. And you can check it. Leon Howard versus the state of Louisiana. We got a not guilty verdict out of that. Probably the scariest moment of my life. As you go on your financial journey, there's going to be moments where your fear will paralyze you. What I want you to do is, I'm not going to be like the person that say, just have this crazy faith. I'm going to just say, have mustard seed faith when you got that fear that's overwhelming you. When you paralyzed, I want you to just think for a minute to say, yo, I got mustard seed faith. Because everybody ain't going to have the big, gigantic faith. I just want you to have the mustard seed faith, because the mustard seed faith is what's going to turn the fear into freedom. The mustard seed faith is what's going to unlock the shackles. The mustard seed faith is what's going to open the door. The mustard seed faith is going to make you believe. The mustard seed faith is going to help you see the possibilities. The mustard seed faith is going to help you change generations. The mustard seed faith is going to make your people a millionaire. The mustard seed faith is going to help you go from broke to rich, not just financially, but spiritually. The mustard seed faith is all you need, family. I'm telling you, if I can go from an air mattress to this, all it was mustard seed faith. I'm not going to tell you I ain't doubt myself along the journey. I ain't going to tell you I ain't have a little fear along the journey. Once you start entering territories you ain't never seen before, you gonna get uncomfortable. But guess what, yo? A little mustard seed faith gonna take you where you gotta go at. Just a little mustard seed faith. Like, I ain't gonna tell you have crazy faith. Nope, that ain't what I'm gonna tell you, because I done had the diminishing faith. But he told me all I need was the mustard. Like, he ain't never tell me I need, like, you gotta have elephant faith. He ain't say you gotta have like mountain moving. For the everyday people like us, we just need that. If you look at a mustard seed, you understand it. It's probably one of the smallest specimens in the world. I don't care what your situation look like financially. I don't care who about to get in office. I don't care about none of that. I just want you to have that mustard seed faith. And I promise you that mustard seed faith gonna help you in every area of your life. So tonight, what I want us to do is I want you to have an idea of where you want to be spiritually, where you want to be financially, where you want to be in every other area of your life. And I want you to say, in that area of my life, I got mustard seed faith at least. That give you a little room to doubt. It's okay. It give you a little room to be a little fearful. It's okay. It give you a little room to go sit back and be like, hey, God, I need you to like holler at me again. But I got mustard seed faith. Trappin' Tuesdays episode 116. We're going to transform fear into freedom with mustard seed faith. Let's go, Jose. How we feel, dog? Twitter, can I get a little bit more volume on that, dog? Can I get more volume on that, dog? Can I get a little bit more volume on that, dog? See, I think I got, where's my other phone at, dog? What, dog? When they what? I be working, son. What packs? I don't know if that's gonna work for me, dog. I don't know if that's gonna work for me, dog. You rolled with me the other day?
When you was driving yesterday.
Oh, can I get a little, give me a little.
Dude, can we get a little bit of vibe?
Just a little bit, let me see. He always do that. When I tell him to give me a little vibe, he always go like crank it all the way up, you hear me?
You know what I'm saying? But nah, you was driving with your knee, had the two phones going at the same time.
Don't do me that.
IG Live.
Don't do me that.
On one phone.
Don't do me that.
Texted on another one.
Don't do me that.
I'm in the front, double strapped with the
Don't do me that,
seatbelt.
because people think you serious.
Double strapped in the seatbelt saying prayers.
The people think you serious, but you was recording me though. You weren't saying too much, bro. You were recording.
I was recording.
Yeah.
I definitely was.
So you condoned the BS.
I did condone it.
That means you condoned it. Because you ain't condone it, you said, hey, Trap.
Hey, put them phones down, bro.
Yeah. So you do anything for content. You ain't no better than me. But guess what? You had mustard seed faith.
I had the mustard seed faith.
That we don't flash.
Hey, look at where we at.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real talk though, when you be telling those jailhouse courtroom stories, I'd be lost, bro. I'd be when the movie coming, I promise you, bro, I'd be in that. You see me.
Ain't nobody worrying about no movie, dog.
Hey, we need a movie. We need the book.
Ain't worrying about all that,
put
dog.
In the chat, y'all need to see the book and the movie. A track, because every time, bro, I be there.
We not worrying about that. We not worrying about that.
Because I only see that stuff on Power.
Let me see something right quick.
I only see it on Power.
I want to see something right quick. Let me see something. I ain't talked to my dog in a long time. Let me see something, Jose.
It must be nice when you got that celebrity status. You can just call people during Trappin' Tuesday and see if they pick up.
I just want to see if he's going to pick up. It's been a minute since I called him.
It's nice. When I call people, I got to call them twice, text them like, yo, what it is? I'm here.
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that screen went out.
Phone about to die.
Huh?
I see phone about to die.
With my phone?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
I already know.
My phone ain't about to die. That's out. Let me see if my dog answers the phone. Sometimes he might not answer. He be busy. He be busy. How you feeling, Jose?
Man, feeling amazing. Definitely after yesterday.
You
got to talk about that, too.
Nope. What's up, bro? Man, I ain't talked to you in a long time, bro. Say. It's a building. It's a building, bro.
Commercial real estate?
Yes, sir, bro.
Man, bro. You don't even remember this, bro. When we was at dinner at Chop House, you was kind of, I could see you was kind of in the zone. He was like, man, I want to get into some property. That was at the inception of Trapper, bro.
Yeah.
You saying that, bro.
Hey, bro, I call you because I was just talking to the people on my show about some of the talks that you would had with me in the courthouse.
Yeah.
And how you would tell me, like, it's imperative that I stay confident. You know, and you would tell me, that, I remember you told me one time, you said, it don't matter what they see, they can't unhear what I say. And that stuck with me, bro. And so here I am today, bro. I just call you to tell you, man, thank you, bro, because without you fighting for my life, bro, I wouldn't be here, bro. So I just want to tell you, thank you, bro, for like never giving up on me. Thank you for believing me. And just thank you for being so goddamn good at what you do. You hear me? Thank you for that, bro. I just want, next time I come down, bro, we got to have lunch or something on me, bro. You hear me?
Yeah, bro. I brag on you all the time, man.
Man, that means.
People don't understand why I do what I do. You know how many clients I had that done become millionaires since they did?
Come on. Come on. You know? Since they did what?
That's why I do it.
Since they did what?
Because them white people don't just throw you away.
Yeah.
I got clients that done become millionaires since they dealt with me, bro. Domino, a few other guys.
Yeah, bro. Bro, I told you all the time.
They don't see them redeeming quality.
Them redeeming qualities.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, bro, you got a gift, bro.
One of the things I pride myself in, bro, seeing the redeeming qualities in my clients.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate that, bro, because we went from being like clients to really being like brothers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I appreciate that, man. Hey, we got to do the podcast together, bro. I want to do a show, me and you, bro. I told you about that, bro. You got to stop playing, bro.
Yeah, when you get time, man, I definitely want to do that.
Stop, bro. I got time for you, dog. And I think my suit game better than yours now, so it's on.
Oh, it's tight now. I've been checking. I've been checking you out. I've been checking you out.
I think
I'm gonna say you had a B+. You had one thing on. I should have screenshot it so I could have told you I would have did a different shirt with it.
You'd have did it. Okay, like you the man of many suits. You probably got more suits than a pastor, bro. But you wear suits Monday through Friday, dog.
Yeah.
You've been doing that since I met you.
You had, man, what you had on? Bro, it was cold.
I'm gonna start calling you, asking you what shirt you think, like what type of shirt you think I should wear. You hear me? Yeah. You get into the details.
Rule, if the suit's fire, all you need is a solid shirt and a solid tie. If it's one of them suits with patterns in it, if it's fire like that, solid shirt, solid tie.
I'm gonna have to get on you, bro. You know what, bro? I'm gonna get you a Time Ford suit on me, bro.
Come on, bro.
That's my congratulations. That's my thank you. That's my thank you to you, bro. I'm gonna get you a Time Ford suit. Next time you come to the A, bro, we're gonna go to my spot. We are going to get you measured, and that suit gonna be on me, bro. Whichever one you want, bro.
I appreciate you, brother.
All good, man. I love you, man. I'm gonna talk to you later, bro.
Okay, love you too, bro.
All right. It's my lawyer, man. John.
I'm about to say who that was right there.
My lawyer. That's my lawyer. I don't even call him my lawyer anymore. I just be like, that's my bro. There's only a couple people in this world I call big bro.
That's crazy.
He one of them. And I'm talking about only 3 people.
Yeah.
He one of them, bro. Say, bro, the dude has so much confidence. I ain't never seen a man that confident, bro. I'm gonna say this, I hope we don't, in them white folks' courtroom. I ain't never seen a man walk in there that confident and be like, yo, they can't bleep with me. Real talk, bro.
And that fear turned into the freedom, which led into all of this.
I always tell him, you know who that is? That's Andrew brother. Andrew brother. I've never seen a black man that confident in a courtroom, bro. And it wasn't just some type of like a facade. It was real, like, bro, they can't mess with me. And you can tell by the way he dressed and the way he talked and the way he, like, talked to the judges. He was like, no, I don't know. Your Honor, no, my client. And like, the way that he navigated, I was like, yo, I felt like I was standing in front of Johnny Cochran. Yeah, we definitely need that movie. We don't need a movie. We don't need a movie.
Did that movie.
We don't need a movie.
Well, I just can't wait till you accept the.
But now he was that confident, bro, and that helped me because here's why I tell people all the time: like confidence is intoxicating.
Yep.
Right, confidence is intoxicating, bro, and it's contagious. Right, his confidence, like anybody that been to court before, man or woman, you know this for sure. You know this for sure, Travis. You can be confident as you want. The minute you walk in the courthouse, everything goes away. You like, oh my God. Feel like a funeral. Now you going for a ticket or something, different ball game. But if you going in there, like you fighting a charge, bro, you going there like, damn. Like you get depleted. I don't care what suit you got on. I don't care what cologne you got on. I don't care what shoes you got on. You walk in the courthouse, there's a type of fear that overcomes you. It's a type of fear. Like you walk a little different. You walk like you ain't confident. You be like, damn. Your shoulders get a little like, damn. You stand up like, yes, Your Honor. Like you know could the plaintiff stand up, you be like, you apprehensive. You got that look on your face like, then you can't wear glasses to hide it. You just like, they reset your court date, you like, all right. Motion of discovery, you like, you apprehensive. But bro, when I would stand by dude, bro, he would have so much like swag. He would have so much like machismo, bravado. I just be like, damn, that boy good. You know how the slaves looked at the Django when he was on the horse? Boss, who that nigga on that nag? I would look at him like, damn, dog, like, how he walk in here like that? Because you look at other lawyers and they don't even have that. Every lawyer don't have that. He had this thing about him, bro. He black dude, bald head, he, got a little size on him, bro. But he went in there like he owned it, bro. And that gave me confidence. He had this charisma when he would talk to the judge, and he was flamboyant with his suits, and he was nice shoes, and his briefcase was nice. And I was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, all right, bro. And here I am knowing I done did some crazy stuff out here. Like, now the minute I walk out of here, I'm him. The minute I walk out of him, I'm him in the streets, in the world. But the minute I went in that courtroom, bro, I promise you, bro, I was like, and it's because of him that I felt, all right, like, and bro, he used to pep talk me. Like Muhammad Ali, trainer, the dude, rumble, young man, rumble. He would give it to me. Hey, pick your head up. He would nudge me, pick your head up. I remember one day I said, so I had 2 charges at one time. So one charge got overturned and one charge we got found out guilty on. The charge that I got overturned on was me and my homie was together. And I had just allegedly. No, I can say I did it because they overturned it. Because see what people don't realize, that's why me and him gonna do a show together. That's why me and him gotta do a show together. The reason why me and him gotta do a show together,
so people can understand
is so people can understand how when you, like, I remember Johnny Cochran said it. I know we're gonna get into the show. Johnny Cochran said this. He said, if I could fight for every black man in America that's going to trial, going to court, I can free at least 75% of them. He said, because the court system makes so many mistakes when it comes to convicting you. And what happens is, because we don't have the money. See, the one thing, so, all right, man, all right, we're going to get into it, y'all, I promise you. The one thing that hurts a lot of, I'm just going to speak for black men and brown men that go to court, we don't got the money. And so one of the things that my OGs taught me in the street was always have bond money, always have lawyer money. If you in the streets and you ain't got bond money or lawyer money, what are you doing? You're a dummy out here. You're a dummy out here. If you don't got lawyer money or bond money, you got all this stuff in your closet, you a dummy out here. And so the thing that saved me the most, because he ain't cheap. He ain't cheap. And I was already fighting one charge and caught another charge, so he doubled down on me. I'm going to keep it real. He doubled down on me. I understood why the suits look the way they look. He doubled down on me. He said, hey, for this, for that, you just went back to jail? It's just gonna cost you that. And he made me drop that on him before he even got me out. But here's what he had to do though. They revoked my bond because I was already fighting the charge. I was already fighting the charge. The girl I was dealing with at the time, I served her brother. We took a ride so he can go drop it off, and the police pulled us over. Now, it ain't in my possession no more. It's in his possession. But because we in my car, I said, all right, bro, like, damn. He ain't take the charge because it was underneath the car because he done. So, because he was my dog, I was like, all right, bro, like, on the streets, you start realizing certain stuff. Like, I had already went to prison for attempt murder on robbery. He had already had 3 convictions for drugs. All my street dudes understand how this go. If I take the charge, all they could give me is probation because this is my first drug charge. If he take the charge, he out here. He gone. He's a repeat offender, which in New Orleans, what they gonna hit it with? Multi-bail. Multi-bail mean whatever time we give you, you gotta do it flat and they can add a little more to it because you keep coming to jail for the same thing. But because I only did 10 years, this is my first charge outside of doing a violent charge. All they can give me is probation. So I understood that. So I'm like, all right, I already got one goddamn charge. Another strike ain't gonna hurt me anyway. That's how I'm thinking. Not knowing 6 months later, I'm gonna catch my own drug charge. So while they let me out on bond on that one, I wasn't even worried about that. It ain't nothing but a QPOE. Like, whatever, I ain't tripping on that. Give me the 5 years probation, I'm good. We was good with that. My lawyer was like, all right, bet. When I called the other charge, he was like, hey. So now they done revoke my bond. They done revoke my bond. So now I'm back in jail. I'm back in jail. I bond out, but they like, you got to go back. You was already on the charge. You got to go back, and we're going to take that bond from you. So that's lost money. So he had to come and be like, hey, the bond is this. So I had to bond out again, double bond, and in order to fight this charge, it's going to cost you 30, in which you got to put 15% down now. So now I'm paying it for 2 charges. Altogether, it was a bag. It was a bag. Anyway.
Go ahead and do that. Like, for real. Every time you talk about it, I just be like, all right, yeah, that's a scene right there.
Nah, bro, you know what I be wanting people to know, bro? Real talk is like, I don't be trying to like portray myself as like this ultimate street dude or nothing. Yeah, bro, that's normal life in New Orleans.
That's what I'm saying, though.
That's what people don't understand. Like, this ain't even much me saying like, yo, I was like, that's normal life in New Orleans. That ain't even much like like if I tell Travis that, he like, oh, I probably was doing it. I had a similar situation. Mm-hmm. If it's 10 dudes, 6 of them in similar situations.
But what I'm saying is, y'all stories, everybody ain't been through. My movie would be about going to the comic book store.
That's why Tootie really like an anomaly.
Exactly, yeah.
He an anomaly.
His stories too.
You know why Tootie is an anomaly? Because he didn't go through it, but he witnessed it all firsthand.
Oh, yeah. I heard his stories. I'm like, bro, you need therapy, bro.
Tootie was the one that went to college, but was like, it was right. Everybody around him, he was the out of 10 people, he's the one dude that go to college, but he see it all because everybody either calling him, checking on him, or there's certain dudes that's making sure like, nah, bro, you can't do this. He probably try to do a little something, the nigga look at him like, bro, what you doing? Get your stupid ass. But see, Tootie know how to fight, so probably people ain't really like. You feel me? Like, bro, what you doing? I'm trying to say, bro, get your go to college, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, get out of here. But Tootie knew how to fight. So, like, it had to be, like, one of us would try to check him, and he'd be like, bro, like, let's scrap. But, like, it'd take an older dude who was in the street that could tell Tootie, like, bro, get in college, bro. Like, don't. So that was how he made us. Like, bro, we got to go to school. We got to go to college. Tootie was that person to us. Bro, go to school, go to college. Bro, y'all tripping. But he still smoked, so he ain't really trip, but he couldn't do it. All right, man, let's get to the goddamn show. All right.
We got to make sure we shout out Tori, too, before it's her birthday.
Oh, shout out to the Queen, Tori.
You know
Today is her birthday. Salute, Queen. Tori, give me a little bit. Give me a little bit. You dig? Somebody said, Trap, that dude ain't from PG County. You dig? All right, man, we love y'all. Thank y'all for just allowing me to have my little moments on the show, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Man, thank y'all. Shout out to Goddess. I went to college and prison. Yup. Nah, Tootie got some hands. I ain't gonna lie. Probably not no more because he fat, nah. He fat, nah. That nigga can't go one round.
Like
one round right now, he blowed. If he don't knock y'all in the first round, it's over for him. It's done. It's done. Now, when we was young, he had all the wind in the world. He had some scrap. He could get busy. This nigga in his 40s now, he got one round in it. He ain't got it no more. He got one round. One round and he done. My dog. Let's go, man. I am certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me from that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Shout out Super Chats, man. OG Stock Up Larry. I see you, OG. I saw your name up there, man. If y'all don't know, man, the OG Stocks Up, the OG Larry, man. He definitely got a dope page. He talk about stocks, too. Shout out to the OG. Cannot, I give props to everybody that's doing their thing. I don't feel like I got to be the be-all, end-all for that. I feel like the OG, he really put out some great game. Jose, we're an hour into the show. I got to start cutting that hour down, Jose. I got to, bro. I got to start cutting the hour down to like maybe 30 minutes or something, dog.
It'd be natural, though.
Huh?
It'd be natural, though.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, some people, they say, look, that's the only time they get their Bible. It's on Tuesday.
Next week is the election. So we need to prepare everybody in here to be in here all night. Bring your sleeping bag. Bring whatever we got to bring. Air mattress. We're going to be in here for a minute because what I want to do, Jose, I'm going to go after Trappin Tuesday. I'm going to take a little break. Then I'm going to go to the Wall Street Trapper page, go live, and report the election. At least not all night, but at least to 10. $11.
As a hush came over the studio. Everybody got
we ain't gonna stay till 12. Huh? Show go by 9. We'll cut it short.
When do the show go to 9?
9:30. 9:30. We at least gotta cover an hour and a half of the election, dog.
No, I'm with that.
And we might gotta find a way to do it on both pages at the same time.
All right. I'm on it.
We might gotta find a way that we might stay live on Trappin Tuesday, like in the Trappin Tuesday show, and then just go live on the Trappin Tuesday page. We'll figure it out. We figure it out, but we gotta recover it. We have to. It is a prerequisite, dog, that we cover something about the election. So let's figure it out. Let's work on it all week. I feel like it's important, dog. It's important that we, as we are, I'm not gonna say we the face, but as we talk to people about wealth access, that's my new terminology. We not saying financial literacy no more. We not saying financial literacy no more. We are a brand that helps people understand financial communication. No, we are a brand that helps people learn how to communicate financially in order to attain access to wealth. That's who we are. We got to separate ourselves. We're not saying financial literacy no more. We're not saying that no more. I feel like it takes away, I feel like it's like a buzzword like generational wealth. It's a buzzword.
They ran that during
right?
COVID.
I feel like it's a buzzword. So moving forward, we are a brand that helps people communicate financially to get access to wealth in order to attain access to wealth. Wealth access, 100%. 100%. Because when we say financial literacy, a lot of times that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even gonna lie. When you say somebody like financially illiterate, immediately you put them in a defensive mode. Man, you financially illiterate. Whoa. What you doing? I know how to cash my check, of course. Of course you do. So I think we gotta change that, bro. I think that we are no longer. So here's the thing, Jose. When we as a, do you think we should tell them right now on the show? Or you think we should not tell them? Or you think we should wait? That's our family.
Yeah, this our family. Get my little. We got 3,000 in the chat right now.
It's our family. We got 3,000 in the chat.
Yeah, we'll do the official later.
We'll do the official.
Yeah, later.
Can we put this picture up?
The picture?
Yeah.
No.
You think the picture's too much? All right. So we just tell them. If we're not gonna put the picture up, we don't even tell them what we got. Cause they gonna tell. They gonna tell. So we just wait till next week. We'll wait till next week after the election.
Okay.
Cause they gonna tell. They gonna tell. They gonna show. They gonna screenshot.
Too many snitches in the chat. Y'all done. He ain't. I'm people's champ. I be fighting for y'all.
You feel me? They gonna tell. They gonna show. They gonna screenshot. They gonna put it in a group chat. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna wait. We'll wait. We'll wait till next week.
Next week.
But I think as we grow as a brand, Jose, as we evolve, I think that we are responsible for changing not just the narrative, Jose. We are responsible for changing the philosophy, the verbiage, and the imagery around wealth access.
That boy good.
You feel me? I personally want us to step into this new territory that we stepping into. And I thought about something, Jose. I know we're gonna get into the show. Watch this. I thought about something, Jose. Watch this. This just came to me. The people the Israelites had no training on how to take Jericho. You with me? You agree to that, Lashana? The Israelites had no training on how to take Jericho. They had no prior experience. Their sole mission was to go from slave to steward all in one while. Listen, that's a huge shift. That's a huge shift, Jose. You got to go from slave to stewardship in one swoop. In one swoop, you got to go from slave to stewardship. Watch this. With no prior training or exposure. Listen to me. Listen to me, Jose. From slave to stewardship with no prior training or exposure. To make that even more so like an oxymoron, you are coming from generational slavery to put in the position to be generational stewards. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, let's think about that, Jose. Oh my, bro, this is not Bible study. Right? This is wealth access. This is wealth access. Using biblical principles. Ooh!
In other words,
Let him use you.
It's still Bible study.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let him use you. Listen to me. Okay, we're gonna finish. But listen, this is wealth access using biblical principles. I like that. I like that. Lashana, you gotta be. Okay, so hear me out, Jose. Hear me out. We're gonna get into it. We're about to get into the show. We're gonna get into the show. But hear me, Jose. They went from generational slavery to, they were now shifted to go from generational slavery to generational stewardship of a land that they were only promised. Okay. Generational slavery to generational stewardship for a land that you were only promised. You had no prior knowledge on how to overtake this land, and yet the land was full of people who understood how to protect it. So in essence, you were ill-equipped for the mission. Can we agree to that? If we don't agree, tell me, nah, I don't agree. Watch this.
It almost sounds like set up for failure. Bro.
Watch this. God will put you in a situation that you aren't equipped for physically, but you got to be equipped for spiritually. To the outside, you can't conquer this because you are coming from slavery. You can't conquer this because you have no prior reference on, watch this, war tactics. Anybody that goes to war without a strategy or a tactic is setting themselves up to be checkmated. To go even further, Joshua had just come into leadership. He pivoted from second in command into sole control. He had diminishing faith because he went to God and was like, bro, what do I do now that Moses is gone? Diminishing faith. He had to be, his faith had to be reinstated by saying, I am with you as I was with Moses, meaning I'm with you the same way. You saw what I did for him. I got you the same way. You're not going to split the Red Sea, but you're going to overtake this building. You went from second in command to sole control, and all I need you to do is be obedient. Now watch this. Let's go a little further with Jose. Watch this. In my mind, in order for me to take over this, I'm going to need some cannons. I'm going to need some like elephants. I'm going to need some battering rams because Joshua, he is a warrior. He understands this. But watch this. God says, hey, check this. He said, hey, just go march around. Don't go kick the door down. Don't go jumping over the top. Go march around and watch this. Play the horn. Blow the horn. Now, I was in a band. And when I was in a band, I realized there were certain there were certain times when I was in a band when we would like blow, like I was talking to Tootis about the other day, there are certain parts of the song, like you would take a break and then you'd be like, yup, this is my part. And you just like, you give it everything you got. That ain't your part, you kind of like chill. 2 Day, remember that? Like there are certain parts of the song you like, ooh, like you getting your breath because you know like when this part of the song come, you about to blow it out the frame. And I remember I used to be playing trumpet and I would hate when like the person behind me get into their part because, watch this, Jose, the vibration from it, I would feel it in my body. And it would make me go harder because I'm like, he knocking my head off. I gotta knock the person in front of me head off. So watch this. Imagine when he says, march around it 7 times and blow the horn. So imagine you're in Jericho. You looking at them outside like, what the hell they doing? They done marched for 7. They marching. Now, here's what I've learned about that. We all marching on the same accord. We send a type of rumble in the earth. Watch this. Watch this, Jose. The marching on the same accord and blowing the horn at the same volume now sends a vortex. It's a vortex that shakes the building. And so if you in Jericho, you looking like, yo, why is this building shaking? It's because you have a group of people who are being obedient. And while you think I need a sword, my obedience is the ultimate weapon. Okay. Trappin' Tuesdays episode 1.
We're gonna have to start. We're gonna start putting.
I want to know, Travis, why are you looking like that,
bruh? Man, we're gonna start putting scriptures on the.
All right, let's get to what we gotta do, man. My bad. My dog Tony in the building. Let's shout out our people right quick. Tony Watts in the building. Lady MG in the building. ATL Yo-Yo in the building. Steven Browder in the building. Goddess is in the building. Denise Michelle is in the building. Jazz is in the building. Netta is in the building. Duke 9504 is in the building. Tori Walker is in the building. Time to Shine is in the building. Rosetta Greatness is in the building. Autumn is in the building. Tori Simmons is in the building. Rams is in the building. Walter Brooms is in the building. The Browder 707 is in the building. Let's go, man. All right. More Than a Haircut is in the building. All right, let's get to the stocks. Damn, I'm an hour and 30 minutes in. I ain't said a stock yet. That is not right. All right, so we had a lot of stuff going on today, man. Let's get to it, man. I apologize, y'all. Y'all know sometimes I get like that. It is what it is. God, you know my heart. You know my heart. You know my heart. We got a speaking engagement this weekend, Jose. We in D.C.
That boy doing God and money.
We in D.C.
You know what I'm saying?
We in D.C. this weekend.
Suited and booted.
We talking that talk this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I heard they got a Bible museum in D.C.
Yeah.
I want to go check it out.
Bet.
I want to go see what they're talking about. I got to go to this spot I like to go to in D.C. called Buzz Boys and Poets. Love that spot. Love that spot. Love that spot, dog. Definitely a dope spot. All right, let's get into it, man. So I wrote some notes down, Jose. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to get into. The S&P and the NASDAQ have been on a tear, bro. My mama texted me and said I haven't texted her today. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Ma, I just wanted to tell you I love you. You know I had the show today. I apologize. There is no excuse for not texting you today. Just been in my emotions, a lot going on. I want to tell you I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you every day. I pray for your peace. I pray for your sanity. And I hope you move to Atlanta real soon. Love you, your only son, Leon Dwayne Howard. Make her feel better. My mama text me. Get your cousin, dog. Get your cousin, my dog. You He said you're going to stop playing on his cousin like that. All right, so I wrote down some stuff, Jose, that I think is important for us to understand and for us to see. So let's talk about it. So watch this, Jose. I wrote down this and I wrote this in my notes. Watch this, Jose. I gotta make sure I can see this. Okay, right here. The S&P, this how resilient the market is right now, Jose. Watch this. This is how resilient the market is right now. The S&P 500 has traded above its 200-day moving average for 247 straight days, right? That's the third longest streak in 8 years. Right? The previous 2 years were posted in 2016 through 2018 and 2020 to 2021, which lasted 430 days and 400 trading days specifically. Watch this. Over the last 12 months, the S&P is now up over 40%, making the fourth best 12-month period in centuries. Okay, let's go a little further. There have been only 3 other occurrences since 2000 when the index rallied at least 39% year over year, 2004, 2010, and 2021. Put it in perspective. The S&P 500 annual return since 1957 has been 10%. 10%. Here's why I want us to realize that it is necessary for us to be in the market. This is how we level the, like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't care. And people, I was talking to Travis about this earlier, and I say, bro, like, I understand the importance of voting, right? We understand the importance of voting, especially as Black people in America. We understand that our people, a lot of people from our ancestry fought, died, were massacred, abused, just for the right to cast a vote. And so for that, I would never downplay the significance of it. Right? When people fighting to be just not treated as second-class citizens. I understand the significance of it, so I would never downplay that. I'm not even gonna say but, I'm gonna say in spite addition to, which is the better thing to say. In addition to that, I also want us to understand the importance of our financial significance. I want us to understand how pivotal our financial fortitude has to be. I want us to understand the significance of our financial hygiene. Right? I'm not going to be the person to say, like, your vote don't matter. I'm not saying that. I want us to understand how voting works. I want you to exercise your right to vote, right? Because we got a lot of people that died for that. That people that died wanting to vote. They got people that died at the ballot. Literally. At the ballot. Right? So I never, ever, I don't want that. Man, I ain't voting. I don't want that. But I want us to also, like, say, in addition to, is like checking our financial pulse. Like understanding that while your vote is important, also your financial stability is important. And understanding that this game, this stock market should not be feared, it should be embraced. It should not only be embraced, but it should be a prerequisite to every lower and middle class and working class family, the same way having a trust and having a lawyer and having a college degree is a prerequisite in certain wealthy families. Like being able to say like, yo, I got a child. As soon as I have a child, one of the first things we doing is having a stock market party. You know, where the gift that we give is not a bunch of toys and diapers, and it's, here's the check to put in the kid's custodial account. Like here's the check that we putting $100. We giving you $200. We giving you $1,000 to put. Like, what if we change the idea of a baby shower? Like, yep, the diapers are good, and hey, here's the check, yo. We don't open up the custodial account. Here's the check, or we're gifting you these stocks for the kid. Or what if we put those things in play? And I know I'm forward thinking here, right? I'm thinking from a perspective of change. Like I was looking at the Jewish families, right? And they do the what's the thing called? Bar mitzvahs. The bar mitzvahs. The bar mitzvah ain't about just giving gifts. They're about financially, hey, let's lay out the blueprint. The bar mitzvah ain't just about giving gifts. Now, I'm not trying to no way, in no shape, form, or fashion, impede my opinion on Jewish culture. What I'm saying, for me looking at them, I'm like, yo, they make sure you, like, yo, this is what you about to do? Bet. You going into adulthood, here's the blueprint. Here's the lay of the land, not just from verbiage and philosophy, but here's some tools that help you. So for us, I'm saying like, yo, like what happens when you get married or when you have a kid? It's like, yo, instead of just saying, here's some diapers, or I'm going to get the stroller anyway. I'm going to get the diapers anyway. Like once I get it. Like, yo, here's the $2,000 that instead of me buying a stroller, go on, put that inside of the custodial account. Here's the $1,500. Let me stop trying to give you the most lavish gift that ain't no good after the child get a certain age, right? Let me stop sending you this. Here's the things that we want to get. Here's the, what you call the thing you sign up for? Here's the registration for the gift. No, don't give me no registration. Here's $2,000. Here's $1,500. Here's $1,000. Put that in the custodial account and go buy the Netflix stock. Go buy the Amazon stock. Now I done give you a gift that lasts the child for a lifetime. I done help you position a newborn to get what? Not financial literacy, wealth access. What happens when we start positioning them for wealth early? Now, instead of them operating from behind the financial 8-ball, now they become the financial cue ball that dictates how all the other balls go in the hole. Okay, college, corner pocket, pop. Here was a bank shot, you know, from the business to the entrepreneurship to, here's how we set up the trust. Here's how we set up what did we start doing that to, like, that's why what we doing next, bro, is about to be so powerful, because that's the vision. That's the vision. Seeing how people are financially compatible. Right, you're dating and you're dating. Y'all want to get married. Y'all want to do this. Boom, let's just check the financial compatibility. And if you're not financially compatible, that don't mean break up. It means how do we now get on the same page? Because now you're dealing with a person that think one way about money. You think another way about money. How do we now get on the same page? How do we break some of the patterns that kept us off track? Because we know the number one reason for divorce is what? Money. The number one reason behind breakups? Money. The number one reason behind people going to jail? Money. So what happens if we start healing people from their financial trauma and we start equipping them on how to thrive financially? What do we start equipping? Like, two people really know they want to be with each other, but because they financially can't do it, now they breaking up. I want to save money, you want to spend money. And so now you be like, bro, why y'all broke up? Man, she tripping. You really want to be like, they don't think about money the way I do. Or what happens when two people come from two toxic money environments and neither one of them know? They look fly, they look flashy, they look good, but they broke. So what happens when we can, as a business, as a brand, impact the culture in a way that they start learning how to communicate financially so they can have access to wealth? fast. That's how we change the nature of the community, bro. That's what we gotta represent. We ain't about looking flashy and fly, and we don't care about none of that. Of course we want to be, but I want you to show up to the event with the fly bag, with the assets to match. I'm a little bit of both. I want you to be fashionable and financially stable. You feel me? I want you to be both, because I feel like when you financially good, it's okay to be fashionable. I don't think you should be fashionable if you broke. I think you should be able to navigate the two. I was talking to them the other day. They was like, hey, bro, what they say about Warren Buffett? He drive the same car. He live in the same house. I said, yeah, but he got a $50 billion jet that he ain't telling you about that costs $10 million a year to service. Like, oh. Yeah. You could put 1 million pictures of us together with the fly stuff on, but he got to fit, because you ain't never seen him in the airport. You ain't never bumped, I done bumped into some millionaires in first class. I done sat on side of them. Man, what's that? Oh, man, I'm chilling. What's good with you? I know you too. Oh, shit, but you ain't never ran across none of the people who they be posting the pictures of. Not a Gucci belt in sight. Yeah, we got a Tom Ford shirt on that costs $2,000. He got a brand on that you don't know about. But he also on a jet that he charters everywhere he won't go somewhere. How you think Warren Buffett go from Nebraska to when he won't go to Wall Street? Or when he won't go on vet? You don't think he just sit in that house all the time, huh? How you think he get there? What kind of health care you think he got at 90-something years old? He ain't got the one we got. He ain't got Obamacare. He ain't got United. He got something that we don't even know about. It's the Buffett health insurance plan. That probably costs $1 million a year. You feel me? So I don't like when people do that. Not a Gucci belt. It's like, yeah, he got the private jet. The private jet costs the whole Gucci factory what it costs for the private jet. Of course he don't got it. He can pay the whole Gucci CEO suite, the C-suite, for what he paying for this jet. You feel me? Yeah, you don't see it on it. Anyway. Let's go a little further, Tootie. All right, so man, we had a cool day today, right? Our call puts other things, but let's go a little further than that, Tootie. Let's go to our heat check. Let's go to our heat map. So here's what I like to look at. Now, I want you to look at something here, Jose. There's a small portion of the market that's green. Communication services, technology. Outside of that, we see the Red Sea. Right? But look at this. Ooh! Uber up 1%, AVG up 1%, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Meta, Amazon, right? Bookings Holding, Intuit, ServiceNow. AMD got punished today after hours, if I'm not mistaken. AMD got punished after hours, if I'm not mistaken, y'all. Google punished it. Google, we're going to talk about that for sure. Google went crazy. All right, so let's see. After hours, AMD is down 7% after hours. I keep saying this, and people think that I'm crazy. If we look year to date, AMD is only up 6%. Rich, you remember in our in the portfolio mastery when I said this is why I'm not sold on AMD. You remember when I put those numbers up and we compared it to a couple of his counterparts. And I said, I'm not saying that the company doesn't have growth in it. I'm saying I need it to position itself better before I say I'm running with it. All right. Let's go a little further to it. All right, that greed, the market is pivoting a little bit. We getting a little greedy, but that's okay. Right? It's okay. Also, I want to say something we talked about. I'm going to say this. I told my people this. Before we go to the recession portfolio, Tootie, let's go to the election thing that we got up. The stats for that. Let's go up to that. Let's go for that right quick. All right. So here's based on this company. I can't pronounce it right. It's Kal Kalish, something like that. So they are the first. They are the first legal way to bet on the election, and so that's where this data comes from. That's it right there. So you can actually. So Robinhood just got into the idea of. Remember we talked about this a while back though. So see, here's what I understand. Like I got a thing up there. Go to the next one, Jose. That nigga Tootie, my dog. Right? So Robinhood, I feel like Robinhood is like Prize Picks. So when I look at Robinhood is not designed, and this is what I be telling people, right? Robinhood is not designed for you to really build wealth. It's designed for you to gamble. Robinhood is not designed for you to really be, and I'm saying this, I don't care. Like Robinhood is not designed for you to actively play the game from a wealth building perspective. It's designed for you to play the game as a gambler. It's designed for you to play the game as a gambler. You know why? Because they understand that the average person that is on their platform is new to the game. And so what happens is when they simplify the game, the way they simplify the game, it's almost like a video game. They want you to make fast decisions without the right data. Even though they're adding some data to it, they know you're going to overlook most of it. It's designed for you. Watch this. If you look at it, they not added the Roth IRAs and they added what they want to do. They want to get you to put as much money in this platform as possible so they can leverage it the way that they need to leverage it because their spreads are out of this world. If you go look at their spreads compared to other people's spreads, their spreads are out of this world. That's how they're getting paid. Which is okay once you understand it. So now you realize that it's actually not free. Because they're knocking you over the head with the spreads. It's actually not free. But when you, in your mind, you're like, hey, this is free. This is better than the other. Okay, let's go back to when has America gave you anything for free? But remember, it's the word usage and verbiage is what manipulates the new users. Okay, so they're adding this idea of, because all they want to do is capitalize on you gambling. They want to capitalize on you gambling. All right, let's go back to the first one, Tootie. All right, so right now, again, this is not me being biased. This is not my data. I'm just reporting information to you, right? It ain't none of that for me, right? What based on this site, which is the site that is used, people are using to invest on how the market turns out. They got Trump up right now with a 62% chance of winning, and they got Kamala with a 38% chance of winning. Now, this is just based on their site. This is based on their site. This is based on their data. Somebody said, I was wondering about them spreads. They are a bit crazy. I'm telling you, if you compare their spreads to others, you'd be like, whoa, this is crazy. Based on this data, and here's the states, Texas, Louisiana. Remember I talked to y'all about them states right there. I talked to y'all about them before a while back. So this is what this projection is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that based on their data, you know, they always get, it's like kind of like football, and when you make a pick, hey, this person has the chance to win it, whatever. That's it. So here's what I wrote. I also wrote down something too, man. So I told my Trappers Anonymous community, and I told my Patreon community that I want you all to be cautious chasing that Donald Trump media stock. The stock is soaring, it's going crazy, but it's super, super volatile. It can be up crazy today and down like crazy, crazy tomorrow. The stock has like a $10 billion valuation. I want to say Trump has about $5 billion of his net worth attached to it. He has about $5 billion of his net worth attached to it. I just want you to be mindful of that. I can't tell y'all, you know, I can't tell you not to buy a stock. I can't tell you to buy a stock. All I'm telling you is be careful. Me personally, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I'm not doing nothing with it. I'll look at it. For the people that make a whole bunch of money off it, man, salute. For the people that lose a bunch of money on it, you learn a lesson. For the people that stay on the sideline, we'll make some money elsewhere. That's all I got to say about that. All right, Tootie, let's get to the recession portfolio right quick. Let's just run through that right quick. Boom. Let's start with the options. Okay, so, man, our 8-net play going crazy. Amazon play is trying to shake back. I'm okay with that. The one I got blocked out today is the one we put in today. You got in there, Rich? What you doing? You got that fear? Turn that fear into freedom, dog. Turn that fear into freedom, y'all. So this was the play we put in today. You know, it did its thing. B, you got into that play? What is going on? Got to get back in position. I feel that. George, you got into that play? Man. You got a group? You got a group you in? What y'all be doing? Y'all be politicking on me, dog?
Meetings and everything. Go over plays.
I don't like that. Why I ain't in a group?
Why would you be in the group that you're giving the information to?
Maybe you might want a little clarity.
Bro, you too busy right now. This season, you too busy.
I'm saying, if I'm y'all, you would have to tell me, take me out this group. But you know what?
Right?
Don't put me in the group. Do not put me in the group.
No.
I wasn't invited.
No.
I was not invited. Do not make a new group and add me to it. I was not invited. I will decline your request. I will block the group.
Wait, she was adding you to the group right now?
Don't add me to the group. I don't want to be in the group. I wasn't offered. I wasn't invited. I wasn't allowed to peek in the group.
Indirectly, inadvertently, you're the leader of the group.
No, I'm not. That ain't my group. That ain't my group. Impeach me.
Tootie said it ain't your group, you can't get in.
Yeah, I don't want to get in. Take y'all group. I don't want to be a part of y'all group anyway. This was the play we put in this morning. Man, as soon as we put it in, man, it went crazy. The AXP doing good. The Berkshire play kind of reminds me of the meta play. This play was up $30,000. It's moving back and forth. I don't even know what's going on with this play. I don't like this play. I don't like this play. All right, crowd strike play. Let's go. If you want to be in a Patreon, we print money. Goldman Sachs play still doing good. We still killing that. Let's go a little further to it. KLAC rocking out slowly but surely, and Eli Lilly going crazy. Meta play going crazy. Here's another play I put in the group today. I put two group plays inside of the Patreon today, and they skyrocketed. Also, so y'all know I'm always learning, right? I'm always learning. Tomorrow, if you're in the 2 options tiers, I'm going to put a golden rule inside the options tiers that I've learned that you need to address, and then I'm going to add it to the options course. I'm going to add this rule I learned, this rule that I want to remember. I learn from mistakes. I learn from the market all the time. I'm going to put the play, I'm going to put this rule inside the Patreon group. If you're in the top 2 tiers, I'm going to put that in there. And then after I put it in there, I am going to add it to the options masterclass.
Hey, that's a lot of people ain't updating their courses.
What you mean?
There's a lot of people that ain't updating their courses.
They don't got to update.
So, no, what I'm saying is I'm trying to give you a flower, bro. Take the flowers. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
For the fact that you updating as far as the...
Oh, yeah, boy, I always do that. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because most people think they just going to go through the course and I'm good. Nah.
No. I update. Like, I think, when we updated the Wall Street Traffic course? This year, huh? We added we updated the Wall Street Traffic course this year. I think we done added to the options course like 3 times so far. Yeah, we don't play that. We don't play that. The game is evolving. And here's the thing about the game evolving. As the game evolves and as you gain more knowledge, you shouldn't charge the people who've already invested in you for the upgrade on your knowledge. You just add it to the course for free. And then you send out an email and say, hey, we've added something else to the course, you don't got to pay for it. So here's the thing too, here's what I've always said is, dog, like, if you got to charge people for every piece of knowledge you get, you don't know enough. I promise you go from Trappin' Tuesdays episode 1 to bro, you can start at episode 100 and come to episode 115, and that's enough, 16, that's enough for you to, that's what we pride ourselves on. We pride ourselves on financial communication so that you can have access to wealth. We not playing out here, man. So if you got the Wall Street Trappin' course, it got updated this year. We added more to it. Then we redid old videos. Digging for gold. That was crazy. Digging for gold was insane. Then we upgraded the options course. When we threw the sauce in there, then we added. Now we about to add this in there. So if you're in the Patreon group, I'm gonna add this to y'all. I learned a lot from losing on that Wingstop play. So I'm gonna add that to it. We're gonna add that to it. I'm gonna add that to it probably next week. I'm gonna add it to it. But I'm gonna put it in the Patreon group so y'all can use it. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's go a little further. My course ain't updated. Your course is updated. Your course is updated. We don't upgrade one course to not the other one. It's what they call this when you're in jail, when the law go good, they call it what they call it? Retroactive. It's retroactive. The upgrade to the course is retroactive. It's retroactive. It's retroactive. Look, somebody said digging for gold was a major update. For sure. All right, so the service now is good. Oh, so let me say this right quick, Jose. Okay, I will say this. I will give you a little update on something. to make the purchase that I made, I took $1 million from options profit. Without saying anything. Well, if somebody said Jesse Short, yeah, that's cap. Okay, yep, it said automatically update. That's a fact, fam. My people know me. Like, I don't go and say, I'm going to update this one, I'm going to update. I know they all update. You just update the course. So watch this, though. We took $1 million from the options market. So, I'm going to tell y'all what I did. Going into the closing of the building, I had this revelation. I told myself, I don't want to take $1 million out of my liquid money to close on this thing. So I said, you know what? Somebody said, I thought it was for taxes. Think what you want. I didn't say nothing. I just said, I got to take them out of here. You don't got to close nothing. You don't got to sell nothing. So I said to myself, I said, man, I said, I don't want to take $1 million out of my cash. And I need this building. I said it on the thing that we made the biggest purchase of my life. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no damn jet. And so I was like, all right, so this is going to offset the taxes, right? I'm like, all right, but I don't want to come out $1 million cash. I don't want to come out $1 million cash. So I said, I got 6 weeks to make $1 million. I said, I got 6 weeks to make $1 million. And then we just documented it. Me and B came here. I said, I got 6 weeks to make $1 million. We got to make $1 million. I said, I bet. And so, if y'all notice, in the Patreon, we got a little more active. We done put in like 10 plays. They all hit except for like the Wingstop play pissed me off because that was the one. And I was like, damn, all right, bet. So we was a little more active. So NVIDIA just went crazy for us later in the game. So it was like, all right, bet. And then, again, Eli Lilly, Service Now, we had a couple of little more. I was like, all right, so when we got the call on what the close was, I said, oh, this is it. We got it. That's why I told y'all don't have to sell nothing. Y'all don't have to sell nothing because I thought I was going to have to exit someplace totally. And I didn't. I was able to sell some of this one, sell some of that one, sell some of this one, sell some of that one until we got $1 million. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And so that's why now, when y'all see it, y'all going to say, damn, that's insane. So I was able to sell without exiting any position. I was able to take half, some. And what I want y'all to understand too is that is the power of this game. The power of this game that I want everybody to understand. When I say that this gives you access, wealth access, right? When this gives you wealth access, I want you to understand that. Watch this crazy dynamic. On the BET Awards, I said something. $2 million in taxes for a hood nigga is crazy. Used to be the half a brick, whole key, baby. Now I cop that real estate and Uncle Sam hate me. What happens when you go from paying $2 million in taxes? You say, oh, I got an idea. I can make the money in the market. Mind you, that now makes it free money. I take the profit from the market that they're going to tax me on because it's under a year. I go buy this big ass piece of commercial property. With the profits, I bought another asset. And now because I buy that asset that big, before the end of the year, the asset is big enough to chop the taxes down by 85%. Now, here's the dope part about that I want us all to understand. And Jose, make sure we tell Steve this is not a clip. All right? This is for my people. Here's the dope part about that. It don't matter what level you on. So let's say you want to buy you a duplex. You figure out, yo, how much this is? I bet. I'm going to give myself this much time to go make that money out the options market. I'm going to go take that money from the options market, go put the down payment on my duplex. Now watch this. You take the duplex going to offset your taxes. Now watch this. You got the people paying the rent from the duplex every year. That's cool. But guess what you do now? Once a year, you take some money from the options market and put it on the duplex. So now you cut the duplex in half. I mean, you cutting down the taxes, but you also you add more equity to the duplex. But watch this. Now, when you leverage the duplex, you've let the market not only help you buy the duplex, you've also let the market add more equity in your duplex. So instead of you taking the market money, going put it in the bank, you put the market money in some bricks. The bricks now give you more equity. The equity now lets the bank say, yep, you bankable. You now leverage the equity from the doggone duplex to go get you another one. We changing the way we wealth access is the game we play. Wealth access. That's why I said we not just saying the word, we not going to say the word financial literacy. It is a buzzword. We want to help people communicate wealth. Understanding the wealth dialogue. Because once we understand the wealth dialogue, we can start talking to each other differently. You know, one of the things that they did when they took people from Africa, or what do you think they took from Africa? And now, I'm going to just say it, you know, one of the ways that you conquer a people, the first thing you do is you take their language and you take their faith. Because the language is how we communicate with each other. The faith in whatever we believe in is what ties us together. Go look at it. People who believe in, I don't care if you believe in racism. People who believe in racism tie into each other. People who believe in whatever elephants, worshiping elephants, they tie into each other. People who worship the sun, they tie into each other. People who believe that vegan is a way of life, they tie into each other. People who believe that eating raw animals, why? Because whatever you believe in is what tie you together, because you're going to gravitate to people who believe what you believe. So one of the things that you separate or you conquer people is you take away the way to communicate with each other. You take away the belief that they have, and you insert a belief in them that is separate from what they're used to. Which is why wealthy people rock with wealthy people, because they all believe that money should be used a certain way. Poor people rock with poor people a lot because why? You all believe in the same philosophies around money. So if I'm wasting money on some bullshit, you wasting some money on some bullshit, ain't nobody gonna correct each other. Oh, you spend $2,000 on that? For sure. You ain't never gonna say, damn, bro, you could have did that with that $2,000. You know why? Because now we don't believe in the same thing. So I'm gonna come out, you say, bro, I don't wanna hear all that when you're around me. Go try to correct somebody. Watch this. That's why it's hard for you. Here's a real world example. Real world example. You somebody that get financial information, you start seeing the game different. Go tell the people who you've been around. Go start talking to them about the money mistakes they make. And they'll be like, bro, don't come around here with all that. You know why? Because your faith around money is different from their faith around money. So now you the one that stick out. Why? Our faith is different. What we believe in is different. You trying to get wealth access, they trying to stay in poverty. What we talked about earlier. We talked about something earlier. We said this, like, they believe they want to be something. How you doing? I'm good. I want to be a millionaire, but you don't really have the real faith in it. It sound good. They financial hygiene ain't upgraded. They financial algorithm is when you start talking to them about money and the things they should be doing with money, guess what you do? You disrupt their financial algorithm. You disrupt that financial algorithm. And so when you start disrupting somebody's financial algorithm, they're like, nah, bro, like, bro, I don't want to hear all that, dog. They start, man, you think you better than me because you, man, that stuff in here, all right, bet. So now what you start doing, watch this, you start gravitating to communities and people who have the same beliefs that you have. So if you're in a Patreon, guess what? You talking about making money in the market, you feel like this my pit. Oh, I done found my tribe. If you in Trappers Anonymous, you like, oh, I done found my tribe. So now what happens is you like, Trap, when y'all gonna do the barbecue, bro? Like, Trap, I want to come to the studio. You know why? Because you want to be in person with your tribe. You keep being around, you like, bro, I don't even want to be around these people. What they? So that's what we doing over here. I told y'all, bro, like, I'm not just talking, I'm living the thing that I say I'm doing. So when I tell people, yo, this is what we doing with the money, it's this what we doing with the money. When I tell you, bro, we got money in VOO as a savings account, I ain't just saying that because I think it's cute. It's because I understand that I'm going to make the market since 1957 to 2024 on average has given us 10%. What high yield savings, what savings account, what checking account on average did that? And that's saying on average it gave us 10%. That ain't saying like this year's up 18%, the year before that was up 20%, the other year was up 21%. So I done killed the 10%. So that's what we did with money. And so I want you to understand that. I want you to understand what you can do, like the possibilities. So no, Trap, I might don't know everything in the world about real estate, but guess what I'm about to do, Trap? I'm going to go find somebody that knows something about real estate, and I'm going to go take this money that I make out the market as I keep scaling my account. If I don't find, watch this, if I don't find another position to put my profits in, I'm going to just keep stacking my money in the market. There's no reason for me to take it out. I'm not taking it out to pay bills. I'm not taking it out to go buy nothing. I'm only putting my profits into better positions until I figure out what the down payment is on that duplex, what the down payment is on that fourplex. Say less. Boom, I got it. Now, guess what? You ain't worried about, damn, I don't got the down payment money. Yes, I do. I got access to the money printer. I got access to the money printer. There's infinite, there's no limit on how much money you can print in the market. We went print $1 million in 6 weeks. And matter of fact, it was 5 weeks because we had to do something. They said, yo, we gonna do that, but we gotta make the closing a week earlier. We were supposed to close next week. They said, oh, so that means I had to make the $1 million a week earlier. Come on, they just missed that whole thing right there. I had to make the $1 million a week earlier because they said, if you gonna do this, we gotta move the closing up a week. I said, damn, a week, I bet. Do what you do. So what happened now when we start thinking about, okay, watch this, Jose. What happens when we say, here's 3 properties that I want? We start calculating how much the down payment gonna be. I bet I got this much time to go make this much money to go get a down payment on a property that's gonna help me lower my taxes. Guess how that help you too? Because if you're a person that work a 9 to 5, now we talking about buying real estate from stock market profits. Oh my God. NVIDIA play we are in, all right? So NVIDIA played February 21 call. We still up 207,000. Let's go a little further to it. Another play 62,000, another play that. The 140 call ain't turning around for us all the way yet, but we all right. PANW play, sure enough. Qualcomm play is probably dead. I think it's down like 80-something%. We all right with that. QQQ, 13,000. We good on that. SMH down on that one. We up on the other one. Let's go a little further. TSM, both our TSM plays are doing real good. We like that. All right, let's go a little further to it. All right, as we get into the buy and hold, we are 54%. I think we down almost 1%. We was up 55% last week. So we up 412,000. Let's go a little further. All right, our All-State players, all right. Costco, 35 down. Centaz, 4. Look at the Deckers play. Hey, day by day. Day by day. Day by day. Day by day. We was down. Come on, Deckers, with your funky ass. Y'all don't know where that come from. Harlem Nights. All right, EME, Fight Code, Eli Lilly, Meta, NVIDIA, PWR, and VRTX all are up. I know y'all waiting for next year. When I restart the portfolio, I know y'all gonna ride with me. I ain't mad at y'all. I be doing the same thing. We on a roll. We 3 years straight. But Sean, let's go, man. All right, let's get into it, Tootie. See what we got to talk about, man. All right, chips get the sauce. Joe Biden administration to provide $325 million for a new Michigan semiconductor factory. So remember that America is putting themselves in position where they truly feel like what? America truly, and they understand this. We need a crypto portfolio, you probably won't. That ain't my lane. I own Bitcoin, I own Ethereum. That's all I own. I can't tell you nothing about it. Well, I'm gonna talk about something about it tonight though. But this is happening. Also, TSM is going to open up a plant in America. We talk about that a little bit further. The reason why that's important, Trap, can you bring back Breaking Down a Brick? Bro, we already at 3 hours with these shows. We not adding another segment. America understands that in order to be a superpower, you have to produce the things, the products that are into the new world. Think about this. During the Industrial Revolution, the thing that made America so powerful was because America produced the material that made the Industrial Revolution strong. Well, if chips are going to be, and we know this for a fact, the commodity, maybe I shouldn't say commodity, the technology that is going to alter the new world, if America does not become the leader in technology, it will be the loser. I remember one of my guys, Jose, 3,500 people in the chat. I remember Lieutenant Casey said something one day. We was in a book club. Huh? That's the same thing that brought down the walls of Jericho. Heard that tremble? The Vortex. I remember Lieutenant Casey said something one day. We was in a book club and we talked about something. He said something. He said, and I agree with him on this. I said, if you're not the number one country, you're the losing country. We all only know the America that has positioned itself as the number one country in the world. It's the only America we know. Whether it's lying or not, we grew up understanding that we are number one. If you aren't number one, you are then the country that is susceptible to punishment from everyone else around you. Now, we had this idea where we talked about China, and I did some research on this. It's going to be really, really hard, and I'm not saying America is either. It's going to be really, really hard for China to be the number one country because of how bad the economy is over there. Now, they got great technology. They have a great army. But you can only be the number one country when your economy thrives. Now, the dope part, now hear me out when I say this. Hear me out when I say this. America economy ain't thriving. But the debt the debt that America holds is crazy, but it's not even in the top 5 countries with debt. Right? Now that's crazy. You got to look at debt to GDP. Now, America is way over. It's way over. But there's countries that are actually worse off than America. There are countries like Singapore that has 0 debt. There are countries like Singapore that has 0 debt. There are countries, now here's what China can do. China has the military force and they have the technology, but they can partner with a country that has financial stability. The thing about that is 2 countries cannot share the #1 throne, and there are only few countries that trust China. Now, I'm not advocating for America, but I live here. I'm not advocating for it, though. I live here. Facts are facts. And countries like Dubai don't want to be like, they more about money than they're about war. That make sense? Now, I did some research too on Russia. They literally consider this man the modern day Hitler. I didn't know that. Yep, Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, one amazing. They always voted top countries to live in. I didn't realize that they considered Russia, they consider this man like the modern day Hitler. So now what happens when you in that bag, now what happens is anybody that gets in bed with you has now put an X on themselves. So countries are watching how they align themselves with Russia. And so what happens now is, how does a country now put themselves in position to become the biggest superpower? Technology. That's why I said all that to bring it back there. The way that China can position itself to become the world's, take the throne, because the technology becomes the commodity that now shapes the world. And if you become the country that leads with cutting edge technology, you now build up your economy, which is why it was so important when China was saying, we're going to take Taiwan back. Because if you take Taiwan, you take 70% of chip production in the world. If you take 70% of the chip production in the world, you can now become the superpower because you already have the military and you already have this manufacturing power. If you now take 70% of the world's chips, now you eat away that deficit, and you can now, I'm gonna put it in street terminology, you can now tax for that work. When you can put your price on the work, it's a whole new ballgame. When you can put your own price on it, because what happens now is they cannot debate, like you can't debate with me on what the price is on it. The one thing I hated, bro, when somebody could dictate the price and you now slim my margins. Because I don't want to step on it too much. I still want the best product at the best price. And now when I got to give you a stepped-on product and still trying to get the same price for it, I now give the consumer the opportunity to go somewhere else, and I don't want that. I used to love being a dude on a block where they plaster other dudes up and be like, nah, I'm going to holler at free. And the other dudes be mad. Man, what you talking about? Man, you know what you talking about? I got the same thing he got. No, you don't. Your shit melting in the plastic. Okay, my bad. Let's go a little further, dog. My bad. God damn. Go a little further, Tootie. We used that one already. Go a little further. We used that one already. Voters at the ballot box. So listen, 46 million voters have already cast their ballots already. That means people are truly taking advantage. Trap for president, y'all already know. That means people are truly taking advantage of this voting season, which I think is phenomenal. I love the fact that people are truly taking this serious. I think it's dope. Let's go a little further. All right, here's what I want you to understand. How the markets have performed. And we just talked about this earlier. That's why I be saying sometimes I be ahead of my stuff. But here's what I also want you to notice. Watch this. I want to give y'all some stats that I had wrote down today. Y'all know I'm a stat person. I'm a statistician. Right? So watch this. This is something I wrote down right here, and I wrote it down here. So watch this. After the election, the last 8 years, the S&P has rallied 6.6% in the next 6 months, right? 6 months after the election. Y'all know I like to give y'all data. Right? So, if you look right here, you see, right? That was 2020. We in the next election. So what you see is the 6 months prior to election, 18.5%. The 6 months after the election, the market gave 24%. That was in 2020. Okay, remember, I like to give us data. Why do I like to give us data? Because data allows us to make what? Better financial decisions. Right? Better financial decisions. So watch this. 6 months prior to election, so in the election year, the 6 months prior to the election, in 2020, the market gave us 18%. 6 months after the election, the market gave us 24%. So here's some data I wrote down. The last 8 election years, the S&P rallied 6.6% in the 6 months after the election. The 6 months prior to the election, we saw a 1.5%. So watch this. The last 2 elections, the S&P posted a 3.9% and a 18.5% return prior to the election. After the election, it gave us 12.1% and 24.4% after the election. All right. Over the last 6 months, the S&P is up 14%, well above the historical average. So what does that tell us? That tells us that based on data, now remember, data is a collection of dates, and it gives us an average or a median number, right? Which means on average. So that means if we are basing the next 6 months, which is December, January, February, March, April, May, because the election is in November, we should see on average a 6% return. On average. Now remember, it says prior to election, it has gave us 12%. The last 2 elections, right now we have 14%. Which means the rally is alive. That's all I want to say. For me, I like to give us marching orders without telling you what direction to go. Without telling you what direction to go. I feel like we do that here. That's why I like to give us data, because whether you bought a course, whether you haven't bought a course, whether you're in a community, whether you're not a community, if you come here and get the data, you can make a better financial decision when it comes to the market. All right, let's go a little further to it. Again, so we were talking about chips. I should have put this a little earlier. We talked about that with Joe Biden. That's because I made sure to go here. Here are the semiconductors in the line that have the biggest net income margins. Now, if you know about net income margins, this is a part of the revenue that is profit. So think about this. NVIDIA has a 56% net income margin, which tells us that 56% of the revenue that they bring in is profit. Say that again. This is some game for y'all. Right? you go look at some of the old, you go to the Wall Street Trapper page, when we do those comparison videos. That's why I be telling y'all, like, the comparison videos are so, you got to go to the Wall Street Trapper page. There's so much game on that, right? We get so much game on that. Well, if the net margin tells us how much of the revenue is profit. So if you're looking at this, NVIDIA, 56% revenue. 56% of the revenue is profit. If you go to Broadcom, 50% of the revenue is profit. ARM, 45% of the revenue is profit. TSM, 40% of the revenue is profit. Cadence Design, y'all know I love that company. 37% of the revenue is profit. KLAC, 35% of the revenue is profit. Texas Instrument, 34% of the revenue is profit. Synopsys, 34% of the revenue is profit. ASML, 32% of the revenue is profit. Qualcomm, 30% of. Here's a question. Here's a question to you. Watch this. Here's a question to you as an individual. Here's a question to you as an individual who is building wealth on a day-to-day basis. When you look at the entirety of the income that you bring in your house, what percentage of your income is profit? Meaning, what percentage of your income is not tied to a bill or a liability? That is important for you to understand. Somebody said something real good in the chat just now, Jose. They said AMD ain't even on the list. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for paying attention. For myself and the people who are gracious enough, because I want to say it with grace, who are gracious enough, who trust me enough to follow me. There's only a certain type of company that we invest in. There's only a certain type of company that we do options in. They must have a certain criteria, or else I don't even pay them no mind. So if you in Trappers Anonymous, you already know how we get down when it comes to Moat Mondays, and if you in the Patreon, if you look at any of those lottery picks, they all have a similar type of pedigree. You put 2 lottery picks in a week, they have a certain type of pedigree. Why? Because I will never put nothing to nobody who rock with me, something I wouldn't put in on my own. And my goal is that we understand how to communicate financially. There's a certain type of pedigree that we only are attracted to. There's a certain type of pedigree that a company must have that we are attracted to. And if it don't have that pedigree, guess what? I don't want it. I don't care what the return is. You know why? I would rather lose sticking to my pedigree than to win outside of the same type of pedigree. Meaning, I understand, and I tell my people this all the time, we're going to win way more than we lose, but we are not exempt from losses because the formula actually works. But once I start guessing, once I start going outside of what we do, I now, watch this, I now attach uncertainty to my formula and I put all us at risk. And when I put all us at risk, now I jeopardize the integrity that it took us so long to build. And once you jeopardize the integrity, you now dilute your leadership. Watch this. Napoleon was such a dope leader, but once he started making them emotional decisions, the whole country wanted to get rid of him. He was a great leader. He understood how he had, watch this, he had an idea, he knew how to attack, he knew how to conquer, he could see things that other people could not see. But guess what happened? That woman had him all screwed up in the head. She couldn't have his kids, and he went to being more focused on the woman and the frustrations till he stopped being focused on being a great leader. Now, of course, we know that he did all kind of stupid stuff with the Egyptians, but there ain't nothing personal. This is war. Wasn't nothing personal. It was a war. Oh, they gonna slay me for saying that. But once he got distracted, he started losing. And it's okay to take an L, but he started losing consecutively. He started losing because he ain't had no more focus. He couldn't be the same visionary he was. And once you stop being get out of here. They ousted him. They sent him to a far land. Certain type of pedigree we're gonna stick. So let's go a little further to it. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna end it. We're gonna go to our flush it or flip it. Man, Bitcoin Blitz. Come on, Jose. The Bitcoin Blitz. Bitcoin is now less than 2% away from hitting the all-time high, Jose. It is, over the past 12 months, it has added 1.5 trillion in market cap to the crypto market for sure. We own it. But Jose, I'm sticking to my guns. It will not hit 100,000 this year. We got 2 months to do it. Got 2 months to hit up. Huh?
Somebody in the chat had bet it or wanted to bet, but you know.
They wanted to bet. You got 2 months for it to hit 100 grand. I like it like this now because what happens now is they get to get excited. Yeah, Trap is gone. I ain't mad at you. Now, I never said that it won't hit 100 grand. I said it's gonna hit 100 grand this year. I said it won't hit 100 grand this year. And we said this way back in what, February? When that was, Jose, you know it? You got the data on that? When we said that Bitcoin won't hit 100. That was last year? The first time was what I said it won't hit by the end of this year. Yeah. Yeah. I felt like it won't hit 100 grand by year's end. That was my thing. Episode 72. That's woof. That's last year, huh? Yeah. Well, I gave him a whole year. I say, bro, it ain't gonna hit. Good shit, Rich. I say, bro, not this year. Now, I did have my guy on, he didn't want to bet. I think my bet was what? 50 grand? 20 grand? 10? Yeah, he wanted to bet 5 grand. And I was like, all right. And I just was like, man, that ain't worth the paperwork I got to do. Then somebody hit me on, somebody did something on Twitter that was real crazy. They were like, Wallstreet Traveler bet me 5 grand. I said, bro, how we bet? I don't even know you. You went took that off. You ain't even DM me. You just went to the world. Oh, you scary. I said, I don't even know you though. My people who wanted to bet me, he is a like crypto enthusiast. And it was on me. He was like, I ain't gonna bet you 10 grand, Trap, but I'll bet you 5. I was like, all right, let me do the paperwork on it. Then once I realized like the paperwork I had to do on, I was like, I want to bet 10. I should have. I was on me because I had to put it in the escrow and because I know you, but I don't know you like that, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was my thing.
A lot of them who bet the 100 is that faith of a mustard seed.
But nobody bet that. Nobody wanted to bet the 100.
I know.
Only one person. He had the mustard seed faith, but I got mustard seed faith too. So what happened when both of us got, but I had mountain feet on that one.
It's a win-win.
I had mountain feet on that one.
It's a win-win.
Not just mustard seed. I had mountain moving faith. Yeah, I had the faith like Noah. I was building the ark. I ain't see no rain in sight, but I just, you feel me? But that's it, man. I think it'll probably hit, baby, by end of year. I can see it doing about 85. I can see it cracking 85. Now, next year, I think it could crack 100. I think it'll crack 100 next year. This year? I don't know. Let's see something right quick. I want to see something right quick, Jose. Before we go to flush it or flip it, I want to talk about a couple of things. I had wrote something down that I want us to see. Where's my paperwork at? Damn, man, where that? Google, because I wrote something about Google. Google crushed it. Google crushed it for, damn, I wrote it down. I can't even see it no more. Maybe it's on another page. I hate when I miss my paperwork, dog. Damn. What I wrote down was Google killed it for, they killed what I did like about Google. Ooh, hey. You got in that meta play? You sleep out here, Rich. Bro, what do you be doing? Oh, I can't even say nothing about that. And my dog said, I've been on a spiritual journey with you. Damn. God and money.
Right, you shut that down quick.
God and money. So we're looking at meta right now, the meta play. So okay, let me say something right quick. If you in a Patreon and you made 5 figures with me this year so far, put a flame in the chat. Right? If you're in a Patreon and you have made 5 figures with me this year, put some flames in the chat. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that right quick, Jose, before we get to what we got to get to. Right? Before we get to what we got to get to. Before we get to what we got to get to. If you're in a Patreon and you've made 5 figures with me, put some flames in the chat. Okay. If you're in a Patreon, if you made 4 figures with me, put some flames in the chat. Okay. If you're in a Patreon, if you've made 6 figures with me, put some flames in the chat. All right. If you're in a Patreon and you've made more than 6 figures with me, Jose, don't put it like that, because the people that's why I ain't putting no certain flames behind it, because people gonna be like, nah, Trap, I ain't putting that in there. They watching me. Here's what I want to say, bro. Meta. You not in the meta play either, huh, B? Bro, what the? I think they be a little spicy though, huh? The meta plays be costing a little bit of a bag. Yeah. So watch this. The meta play right now is up 13%, $13 after hours. Let me see something right quick. How many contracts I got at $13? $13. Let me see something right quick. I want to see something right quick. No. I want to see of the 6. We put the 600 meta. I saw somebody say, Trap, that meta play and pulled it beyond it. I was like, damn, they might be right. We got how many contracts? Come on, how many contracts? Okay. Travis, we got 25 meta contracts. Or the 600 call. You better stop playing with us. You better stop playing. Option class coming soon. Live option class coming soon. Live options class, they keep asking me for it, Jose. We got to give it to the people, Jose. I love that company, dog. 2 weeks ago, said, that meta play gonna be sick. I gotta go get that $1 million back. I gotta get that back. I got to get that down payment back. My cousin told me something the other day. Tell you what Cuz told me. Cuz told me the other day, he said, it was funny because I said, boy, you know me, boy. He said, listen, you went and took that $1 million out that options market. He said, if I ain't never followed you before, I know my cousin, you gonna get that back. You don't like looking at that account under 4 million. I said, cuz if you ain't never known me, boy, you know me now, boy. That was the reason why I felt like it was better for me to get it from out the market than in my account. Because if I go get it out of my account is like, damn, it's $1 million. But if I go get it out the market, I know I can go print it, right? I said, cuz, if you ain't never said nothing right ever, he said, cuz, for the next few months, dog, boy, I'm on you. I'm following. I said, cuz, I'm going to get it. I got to get it back. I got to see that account sitting on a 4 million or better again. My goal, I'm going to say it loud. My goal is to close the year out with at least 4.2. Look at God. Weigh it up. Bro, I got to go get that. I got to get that back. You know why? Because now I want to show the people this is why the market is so powerful. We took $1 million out in October, and by December, we went and put $1 million back. That's insane work right there. That's insane work right there. Woo! In October, we went and took $1 million out. By December, we put it back? Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Without putting no more money in it. That's the part. Without putting a dime in it. Bruh. That's what I be thinking, dog. The way I think, bruh, is it's so crazy, bruh, because I know I look crazy to people. Oh my God, what is that? Cuz Eli Lilly is up $14. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Yeah. Come on, Marvin Gaye. Ooh.
Just don't fall. Just don't fall.
If I fall, it was meant. I got mustard seed faith. Y'all gonna see a man float.
You do know you gotta say something for the audio. People gonna think that those who want to listen to the podcast be like,
My
"Yo, what
bad.
happened?"
All the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the sun. God is good. Oh, say, bro, I really want us to understand, like, how life changing this be, yo. Like, that's what, all right, we about to get on a 3-hour show. I'm going to get to what we got to get to. Bro, like, I be praying for y'all. I be praying for y'all, bro. I be praying for y'all in a way because once you understand the power of the market, you free yourself. When you turn that fear into freedom, bro, like, you don't be worried. Like, I told myself, I said, bro, like, all right, the building was 5-point-something million. You put $1 million down. What do you mean I owe them white folks $4 million? I said, all right, bet. The market gonna pay for it. I don't owe you nothing. The market owe you $4 million. I just gotta go get it. Not $1. I don't owe you nothing. The market gonna pay for it. I told myself that, bro. This don't be no marketing plan. It don't be no doing it for the, I do this in real life. I don't care what people, I do this in real life. We created that options masterclass because I said, bro, this why I be saying, like, bro, this app, this class, I told him 500 this. I said, bro, this not a class you can go get on YouTube, dog. I don't follow nothing nobody else do. And the reason why I don't follow, and I salute everybody that play the game, but the reason why I don't follow nothing that they do is because I really learned this on my own. Because when I tried to learn from people that was already doing options, I'm like, bro, that shit is confusing to me. God built me to learn a different way. And it's not saying what they doing ain't right. It just wasn't like clicking in my brain. It just wasn't clicking to me. It's not saying that what they doing wasn't right. It just wasn't clicking to me. So when people would ask me, I'm like, bro, like, I don't know all the Greeks, bro. I just understand beta and I understand delta. I don't understand gamma, and that don't apply to the way we play the game. No, I just don't do leaps. I'm doing 6 months, 4 months, 6 months. 2 of the plays we put in today, they 5-month plays. They 5-month plays. I go to the formula, boom, 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 bet. The 2 plays we put in today are 5-month plays. They not 8-month plays. They not 10-month plays. They 5-month plays. That's not considered a leap option. So don't try to box me in and say, oh, Trap, you just buy these plays and you put a year time on them. If you're on a Patreon, you know for a fact, during the last 2 years, I may have only put 3 or 4 1-year plays in. Bro, so when I be like, bro, I really be praying for us, it's not for my own. It's because I understand, bro, like, once we can get the money out the way, we can deal with the other stuff. Because for us, bro, and even though God don't want it to be like this, but once we get the other stuff, the money out the way, we can really focus. That's why I say God and money. Once we get the money out the way, yo, you feel like once you get the money, you can focus on the stuff, you can work on the healing. That's why I say it all the time, like, bro, like, once I got rid of the money problem, because I understood how dominant the money problem was, I can't even pray right when my money was messed up. And it ain't by design. I just couldn't pray right. God, help me get the money. God, help me get the money. That's why when you're in the street, you be like, God, help me hit this lick. You ain't supposed to say that. That's an oxymoron. How you gonna pray for God to help you do evil? Because that's how I'm living right now. God, get me through this shootout because the nigga shooting at me because I just hit him for these bricks right quick. God, when I kick this door in, make sure that the dude ain't on the other side busting that big motherfucker right at me. Everybody ain't gonna understand that, but my people in the streets, you understand how many times you done been on that late night flight. Like, God, look, I know it's hot, it's Tuesday, it's Thursday, the jump out boy is running, but check this out, God, I gotta pay this, so God, they doing a sweep, please don't let them kick in the door. I just got that shit. God, please don't let that nigga rat on me. You know I can't face that right now. I know everybody, man, how you talking about, man, I'm just telling you, this where I come from. This where I come from. So I'm not going to be the typical, teacher about, no. This where I come from. This changed my life because I stopped praying to God to get me out of them situations because the money problems got fixed. Call me what you want. Say the money problems got fixed. So God help me heal my heart. God help me be a better father. God help me be a better husband one day. God help me learn how to lead these people. God help me do the thing you got me to do. I don't got the money problem no more. God help me be a good steward to the money that you have allowed me by you extending your grace. You allowed the bullet to go in one part of my leg, out the other part of my leg, graze me on this side without hitting no artery. You did that. That wasn't on me, God. You just you blew the bullet. Man. I know what that's like. God, protect me and my cousin, because this nigga don't know what we about to get into, but for some reason, he followed me blindly. Lord knows if this nigga get killed, my auntie gonna kill me. I might well jump in the grave with him. So once we get the money problems out the way, y'all, it's easy. And I know it ain't supposed to be like that, but I'm speaking from a position where I know where some real dudes been at. God, when I go in this courtroom, listen, I know that. I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing that. But God, I need you right now. I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't judging nobody. Because I've been there. I know what it's like to say them prayers while you doing wrong. You come out the courthouse when they got you dead to the good, and you say, God, that was none but you. You know why? When them people found me not guilty, I went and slept on my partner's sofa for 12 hours. Because I said, boy, I ain't never been that spiritually worn out in my life. So, bro, like, I really be praying for us. Because I know for a fact, once that single mother stopped having to work 2 jobs and she realized she can get that money out the market, she changed her whole life. She can stop using her body to help supplement her income, and she can use the market. I know once that father understands that he can make money out the market, he can get the streets up. He ain't got to risk his life and his freedom no more because he got the power to know I can get it out the market. He ain't got to jeopardize time with his daughter. He ain't got to jeopardize time with his sons. He ain't got to jeopardize asking his wife to use whatever she got to help him bond out of jail. I understand that once we can understand how to use the market to get our freedom, we can stop positioning ourselves for poverty. That's why I pray for us, y'all. And I ain't saying that, like, I really be like, God, help me deliver a message so that your people can unlock another financial shackle. God, help me tonight. Man, even when I make option plays, I be like, God, I be praying over them. God, help me see this market the way I'm supposed to see it. You gave me the formula. You blessed me with the formula. Help me to see the market the way I'm supposed to see it. So this play can install a little bit more belief in somebody that's skeptical, not of me, but skeptical of what you've using me for. Because God, once we show them how to get the money, they're going to come closer to you. And I know my people might say, that ain't right. Guess what I realized one day? I was listening to a message and I realized that God couldn't relate to us, so he had to come down in human form to understand what it was like to be us. Because he looking at us from a high level. He don't understand what betrayal is. He don't understand how I feel that, because God don't fear nothing. Let me go down in the flesh form. My dog Miles Monroe said in a dirt body. Let me go put this spirit in a dirt body so I can, then what they going through? Okay, hey, check this out. Jesus, check this out. My dog, my boy, check this out. You got to go suffer all this. You got to go through this because they ain't going to never get it right. And I now understand, okay, betrayal, this what betrayal feel like. This is what this feel like. Because I'm God. I'm omnipresent. I'm all-knowing. I'm all-powerful. But I don't feel, maybe I'm a little too harsh on them because they tripping down there. I done told him don't eat off the tree. He done went ate off the tree. I done told him not to do this. What the hell is going on? Okay, let me go get in this body right quick. Okay. This what it feel like. Okay, because I made y'all, go get on the cross, boy. Because this what it feel like. I got it. So God, I'm coming to you like, God, check this out. Listen, big homie. We got to help him get the money. We got to help him get the money because we got to get the money problems out the way. They going to flock to you, but they can't focus on you, big dog. The rent is past due. Big dog, they praying, but they praying to you for a lick. The homie praying for a plug. That's what he praying for, big dog. He praying for a plug that got that raw. He praying for a lick to fall in his lap, big dog. We got to help him get the money. I promise y'all. I don't care who judge me. I don't care who don't say that. I be praying for us, y'all. Because once we get the money, and I know what the pastors be saying, like you got to pray to God when it's good and it's bad. But what happened when it's been bad all your life? So we going to pray, God. Now we can start praying, God, help me see this thing a little bit clear. It's easier. I'm coming to you as a man. I ain't coming as the perfect person. I'm saying that all right, let's go to flush it up. Let's go to flush it up, flip it, Tudor. My bad. Jose, let's run through it.
I ain't even gonna lie. I thought you was going right to the 1-800.
Nah, man, I got to give my people what they need.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I thought you was going like...
All right, yeah, it is 3 hours. Tudor, let's go to 1-800.
Patreon exclusive, we'll put the flush and flip.
We ain't doing none Patreon exclusive. Let's go to 1-800. We ain't doing nothing exclusive. Nothing exclusive. We'll get it next week. We 3 hours in. My bad.
Man, what's up, Trap? Man, that AVGO play you put in the Patreon earlier, man, I've been in that thing since September. Man, I'm telling you, I'm feeling more confident about this option game, man. Truly. Salute to everything you do. But I just got a quick question. So I set my kids up a custodial account. On a small scale, what would you suggest I put the money into while I'm just putting slowly as I grow my account and I'm just putting money over to them for them? What do you suggest I invest in, while I'm slowly just building their accounts as well, along with mine? Thank you, Trap.
Man, what's good, King? First of all, man, just, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for rocking with us. Appreciate you, one, for just taking action, pulling the trigger. Double R crazy. What I would say is not necessarily like a specific stock that you should invest in. I think because it's your kids, you should go for growth. So I think we should go for like technology. I think we should go for healthcare. But watch this. Healthcare with growth. I think we should go for technology. I think we should go healthcare with growth. I think we go cybersecurity, technology, healthcare, growth, security, and I think there's a way for us to go industrial. I think that's the way we go. And I don't even think you have to go ETF. I think because they're kids, we can go for that growth and give them time. Like, you don't got to try to get out and do that. I think you can go time. I think you give them time. So So I think we go technology, healthcare. I think we go industrial, and then I think we can go cybersecurity. I think that's an easy way to go. Salute, King. Let's go.
Peace to you, Trap, and the crew. My name is David. I'm in the options masterclass, and I've watched it about 10 times. But I still don't have the RSI method down pat. So my question is, when it hits the magic number and I see the curve up, do I buy right then and there, or do I wait for the dip to buy at a discount? Thank you.
I think great question. First of all, love that you in options masterclass and you in there. So I always say I don't pay for Patreon to be. I think you is not so much as I think you let it play for a little bit. You know, when you look at the formula, you could let it like soon as it make the, you know, as soon as we see what we supposed to see. Well, I think you can let it go a little bit to make sure there's some reassurance behind it. But I think as soon as you see it, I don't think you have to be hesitant. Give it a little minute. Make sure it's moving the way it's supposed to move, and then you can hop in there. So, yep, I think you can give it a little bit to let it gain some momentum. But from there, I think you're good. Let's go a little further.
What's up, Trap? Thank you, Jose, for taking my question. Thank you for the Trappin team. Shout out to everybody here on Trappin Tuesday. I hope all is good and all is blessed. My question is, right now the VIX is high. There's tensions rising in the Middle East, Russia and China. Earnings are good. It seems like the stock market, there's some tension in the stock market. It's being a little bit cautious. It doesn't know where it wants to go, up or down. We got elections right around the corner. Is the stock market waiting for more clarity and more certainty before it moves up and down? We know that it goes up in November. We know that election years end well. So is it waiting for more concrete information to make its jump, or have we already seen the jump? Anyways, thanks for taking the question. Shout out to everybody. Peace.
Great question. Right quick. So we opened the day up at 20.50 on the VIX. We down to about 19 something, which means we got almost 2% down on the VIX, which is good. That means the VIX is decreasing, and in case y'all don't know, when the market is going up, the VIX is coming down. When the market is going down, the VIX is going up, which is talking about volatility. So thank you for that, so I can explain that to people. I think the next thing the market is waiting on right now is two things. They're waiting on election, and the reason why election gives the market more stability. The reason why it's waiting on the election is not really waiting on earnings. I think election is a big thing because no matter who's in office, now the market understands what's the rules that they got to play by. So whoever the candidate is, the market understand what rules is now going to govern the market for the next 4 years. I think that is important. The Middle East conflict is kind of a back and forth. You know, somebody just got assassinated. Another person came in. You know, they like, yo, we gonna retaliate. So, you know, that Middle East going crazy right now. That's a whole nother talk for us to get into right there. I think November, you know, we talked about that. November being a phenomenal month, one of the best months. We usually get like a 1.8. Like a 1.8 return in November. So we kind of want that. That'll kind of give us into the Santa Claus rally, which I think will bring the VIX down. Remember, today we had some high bond yields, which was the highest we've seen since like July. So that's important. So I'm not going to say the market is unpredictable, but I think the election is going to give us a lot of predictability. No matter who gets elected, the market understands now what's going to govern, what's the rule they're going to govern by. Lastly, I think there's a dispute on what do we get to end the year out. Do we get one more cut or do we get two more cuts? I think that is going to be important as well for us in the market. Let's go, Jose.
Trap was on with it, bro. So look, I just been checking out Google, you hear me? So I just wanted to know, can you break down exactly what a monopoly is and what typically happens when a company is considered to be operating as a monopoly? Appreciate y'all for taking my question, man. Salute, son.
What's good, King? Shout out to my homies, man, that work in that construction, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what them hours like. You know what I'm saying? I did that. Salute, King. So monopoly is when a company has sole control of a particular industry, right? So when we think about like Google, so Google is considered a monopoly when it comes to search engine, but they are feeling like GPT, whatever it is penetrating that. But what happens now is Google partners with ChatGPT. So now when you go on ChatGPT or when you go on Google and you search something, you get the answer from the ChatGPT because it's a SAS, services and software. But what happens is you understand that how do you look at them as a monopoly is because now they partner with Apple to become the number 2 after Safari when you use Apple. So that is one of the things that make you look at them as, yo, this is a monopoly because now you can't go around them, right? There's also a thing like a duopoly, which means 2 companies control a specific industry. So when you think about that, you can think about like railroads. So you have BSN, I think it's BSFS, I think that's what it's called, the one Warren Buffett owns. Then you have Norfolk Southern. They control, so there's 4 railroad companies and 2, 4, 6, 8. I want to say it's 4, yep, 2, 3. 4 railroad companies control 80% of all the railroads. There's 2 on the east side and there's 2 on the west side that control majority of all the railroad tracks. That's a duopoly, meaning you can't go outside of them. You ain't never heard them saying we about to create some more railroads. You know what I'm saying? Because they are grandfathered. Yep, BNSF. Thank you for that. I always get that mixed up. So you have BNFS, you have CSX, you have, I think you have like Kansas what? You have Union Pacific. You got like 4 of them that control the majority. And so those are considered a duopoly. And then a monopoly is supposed to be technically illegal. So that's why you start having antitrust laws coming in. So you look at President Roosevelt, he actually came up with that when he said there's no one company that is supposed to control the entry and the exit of like a service. So anytime a company has that type of chokehold on a service, you got to break it up. Prime example, Apple was under the antitrust because it was like, yo, the App Store was the main source of people creating apps. And so developers was like, bro, like they getting 30% of our money. Why? So Apple was like, we not a monopoly because you could go to Google Play. Right? So we not a monopoly. Well, the FTC was like, nah, they can go to Google Play, but the Google store doesn't have what you have. And so that's why when Apple got the lawsuit, it was because there was a company by the name of Rubbermaid. Well, this happened with Walmart. Walmart at one time was like this, but Walmart is so gangster. So the company Rubbermaid was with Walmart, and then there was an issue with, so you know it takes oil to make rubber. You know that? So it takes oil to make rubber. Well, there was an issue with oil, and so the price of oil went up, so the cost of rubber went up. So because the cost of rubber went up, Rubbermaid was like, hey, Walmart, we can't pay y'all what we were paying y'all. Y'all got to give us a deal. And Walmart said, I don't got to give you nothing. So Walmart said, if you don't like my price, you don't got to be in Walmart. You go somewhere else. They went to another, they took all this stuff out of Walmart, went to other stores, and their revenue dropped by 60%. So Rubbermaid tried to sue Walmart, but they couldn't because there were so many other stores that they could have put their stuff in. So they had to come back to Walmart, and Walmart upped the price on them again. Up the price on them again. And they couldn't do nothing but pay it because you can't sue me. You got to make the decision. Now, here's the thing. Because you got to come in, I up the price on you, you understand the type of stronghold I have on the market. You cannot sue a company for having a stronghold, but you can sue them for being a monopoly. And so what Apple was doing was, they were like, yo, you can go anywhere else, but because you can only go to Google Play, and because we got 2 million something users, it was crazy. So a monopoly is a company that has a stronghold on the market, but they're one of the only single entry and exit points. So that's why, remember we talked about CVS, we talked about Walgreens, we talked about Amazon, and remember I said something. The only reason why like all of them won't go out of business is because then it'll make Amazon a monopoly or to make Walmart a monopoly. But if Rite Aid, and they'll keep a Rite Aid around, or they'll keep a CVS around, or they'll keep a Walgreens around, they gotta stay around because it can't be a monopoly. So you'll be a business that around, but you're a failing business, but you will see them partner because they don't want to have a monopoly. I hope we answered that question, man. Let's go, man. How we feel? All right, man, listen, tonight was a good night, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all long, right? I hope y'all get it, man. I like to come here, I like to have fun. We having fun, we growing as a brand, we growing as a business, but our impact is growing. And that's the part that truly inspires me to keep going. That's the part that truly motivates us, and that's what I think separates us. I said this on a post today, you cannot lose when you run your own race. You cannot lose when you run your own race. Like, we running our own race over here, man. We wish everybody the best. We want everybody to win. As long as somebody out there feeding the culture, the community, the right information, they good with us. We not here to hold nobody's feet to the fire. We here to just set a standard for the type of education that you get. Right? That's what we here for. We not here to hold nobody's feet to the fire. We are here to set a standard on when it comes to learning how to financially communicate in America, that we hold a different type of standard. For that, man, I just want to say I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. From myself and my whole team, thank y'all for helping us be a part of y'all Tuesdays for 3 hours. We love it, man. So next week, Jose, we're gonna get it right. What we want to do is we want to tap in the election with y'all. Meaning, after Trappin Tuesday, we'll take a little break to breathe, and then we'll probably come right back and give you at least an hour of election coverage. So we won't do that for y'all. With that being said, man, good night. I love y'all. Make sure you download on all podcast platforms Trappin Tuesdays, man. Jose do a lot of work at, chopping these episodes up and doing that. Myself and Brandon, go check out the Wallstreet Trapper page. We almost on our way to 500,000 subscribers over there. You know what I'm saying? I think we are like 410. So help us grow that page. Let's get 500,000 over there. Let's grow from there. Our next goal gonna be 1 million. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your merch, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Chat, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out.